We are all set.
I can make things move. I can make things move.
I said quarterback shit when I said I said quarterback shit when I'm under the center. Game plan sick, talking under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. About money like with Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything mooey, that mean the price varies. Need that designer cream shit and all Ben and Jerry's. Cream get the money like 36 chambers. Baskin Robbins shit, 31 flavors. Keep it moving.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Everything on me. Yeah, tell him Bogart scot-free. Lottie-dottie. Fuck with blow shoot, Tronin Pied Molly. Heard I carry weight, move packs like a dolly. And I stay fuming, clock me doing Godspeed. Business booming, back-to-back trips moving multiple units. Got mules, got universal soldiers, getting money for sure. Yeah, we ain't shrugging shoulders. You think I'm lucky getting over, made it far, cause I'm sharp, fuck a 4-leaf clover. On my 89, minus the flat top. Getting packs off, smoking on the cash crop. Money talk, if you're broke, then you can't talk. Play a never-ending ball game, Sandlot.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Getting money when I land there. Smoking all loud so I can't hear. And if your boys bring the noise, all y'all pussies getting scraped pap smear. Codeine got me leaning, pizza. Put your boy on point, pyramid of Giza. I'ma rock like this till I'm an old geezer. No pizza parlor, but we deliver pizzas. Ask Uncle Sam, I'm taxing. Look, ma, no hands, telepathic. I can make things move, I'm carefully calculated when I make these moves. I run shit, don't let me get loose. I'm all about my decks, trying not to get goosed. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
We
I
are
love that
here.
the spinny GWN thing.
I
Top
felt
of the morning.
I felt it. Something about it was inspirational. It was calling my name, so I was like, "All right, here we go.
Yeah.
We're doing the Gin Wealth
You know
call."
what? Go ahead and hit us off with another one for good measure. Pause.
Yeah.
Yes.
Works.
Well, yeah, man. Top of the
It works
morning,
then
y'all.
and it works today. You know, I enjoy it.
So,
It's a good effect.
I just got to start off this morning with a little, with a quick question, y'all.
What?
How was a weekend without football?
It was different.
Oh, actually, I mean, like, honestly, I'm a Jets fan, so I'm trying not to pay attention to the ugliness, but I'm awarded with the the knowledge and the idea that this team has a plan, and it's not to be like a 7-win team. So I'm not mad at the low win count. It's something that you might have to struggle with in the beginning of a great, recovery. Uh, we'll we'll trend upwards because it's hard to get any worse than where we were that last year.
Right?
So in essence, I was out of it. I clocked out a long time ago with my with my true team emotional, outburst. And then fantasy wise, that's the cool thing about Sundays is that hey, it's too late. So they're playing, and if you didn't make the right move, that's on you. Doesn't matter
Right?
what happens. I just have to deal
So
with the
speaking
facts.
of last Sunday, happy birthday, kiddo. Yeah, it's the Catman's birthday week. Let's go.
Yeah, I entered my last year of the 30s, so I'm fortunate. I feel lucky to
Lee's
be
been
where I am
33
at
times.
after 39
He's
years.
been 30, he's been 130, and he's been 230.
He definitely has some
He's
sort of.
300 years old.
I'm ancient.
He is an anomaly in a sense. And I haven't quite figured it out. You think he's an alien? I think he's kind of a cyborg, maybe. I don't
Yeah, he's
know.
like
Some sort of.
well, I think we settled on. I think we settled on a cybernetic robot from sometime in space, right? Definitely alien to this Earth. But
Hey, shout out to the chat, man. We got a couple.
Yeah.
man, let's shout the
JD
chat
in the
out.
building.
We got the
What
Mike
up,
Gucci.
in the
Chase?
motherfucking building, and then Jimmo in the building.
What's
Top
up?
of the
Hi,
morning to
Khan.
you.
Yeah,
You know
he
that
said he'll
merch
be
is
calling you later,
fire.
Yes,
Bogey.
Yeah.
yes, because Jimmo, you're going to Vegas, and I don't give a fuck what you say. You said it, so that means you're going.
Man, okay. Well, he said call you later, Bogey, driving around looking for a briefcase. So,
Come on,
yeah, there you go.
Samsonite. Love you, Jimmo.
Yeah.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year, brother.
Hey, and that Samsonite is no joke. That's quality product.
That's some quality shit right there. Hell yeah.
Luggage
He
can get
said,
beat up real fast.
I remember in Denver, though. In Denver, he's like, "Oh, look on the briefcase. Oh, Samsonite." I was way off. They're trying to look it up in the fucking phone book.
Those things were
The
not
frequent
cheap.
flyer. He's like, it lasts.
I
all
remember back
year.
in the
You're
day,
like,
you used to have
all
to put your
year.
name on something up. Like, say you got school or something, you lose your hat, and the motherfuckers somebody else is wearing it. Like, "Oh, that's
Bro,
my
I
hat."
don't
Like,
know
"Nah,
if
bro,
you've seen it.
Yeah.
right there says my name in it."
Hey, you seen how they treat the bags, right? It's no joke for that bag. Being a bag is it's not quality of life when you're in the air or getting transported to even to the aircraft. You know what I mean?
Mm. So, what you get in? Did you get anything in for your birthday?
Shit. Okay, so
You're off. You're
I
off.
think I've
Right?
talked
You're off
about
on
it a
the
couple
weekend.
times. I'm in the middle of trying to find a new apartment, and I found one. So
Oh
that
yeah,
was-
happy birthday!
that was
Look
fun.
at that.
Yeah, I went out and I was looking around, and then made my decision the next day that I went with this one. I was gonna go out and look again, but there
Are
was
you
too many.
Are you in the building again? Or are you in like a townhouse type of shit style?
Nah, this big complex in Irvine, California.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're moving.
Nah, it's right down the road.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot Irvine's right
Santa
there.
Ana, Irvine are basically.
I forgot they're all
neighbors.
clumped up right
And,
there.
yeah, it's like imagine a clock, and then there's like, okay, there's one here, there. They're just.
And
kinda
Disneyland's right there. The Magic Kingdom's right there in the middle. Think on the
Yeah, for Anaheim and I guess a lot of Orange County. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's work. That is where I spend most of my time.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that was by choice. I was fortunate enough to be like, dude, this is gonna be cool. All right, yeah, but
He wears
well,
Mickey Mouse wears those gloves so he doesn't smell like cigarette smoke. You know, in his hands. You know what I mean?
Mr. Disney, Mr. Walt, he was a cigarette smoker, that's for sure.
That is crazy. Yeah, he was always like this. They
You
thought
guys
it
hear
was just
my?
some gesture
You guys probably hear that.
because they didn't erase him with the cigarette in his hand forever.
There's a
Yeah, I didn't know that till Guccini put us onto that shit. I was tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got these.
Well, you know
new
what?
phones. I thought.
Speaking of tripping, you must be tripping if you ain't tuned in to another Tuesday, 1st of February, live edition of the Wake Your Game. Yeah, made it.
That sounded like a horse.
I don't know. I turned these headphones on today, and it did something different, and I was like, they said ambient something, and I'm like, oh, okay, because the last mode was kind of like no noise canceling, and I couldn't hear it ever. The stupid one of the reasons why I want to move is that thing right there, the loud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now you get your own network instead of using the same general joint at the building. Or how's it work in the other building actually?
It's a normal, I guess, what do we call it? Central AC.
You know what's hella dope?
It's not exposed. It's not a unit that's exposed.
There's
is exposed like it is here.
Are you far from the campus?
UCI is not too far from where I'm at. I'm pretty close to John Wayne. That's the airport in Orange County.
My daughter got accepted to like almost everything she's applied to. She hasn't heard back from Irvine because she kind of wants to go to Irvine.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they have. Does she play tennis?
No, but
they have like.
She used to do gymnastics until she all the way up until she was about whenever COVID happened. That shit fucked it up for
her. There's a couple of sports teams that if you're talented in those teams, they'll want to just get you in that school because it's not a popular school. It's not that it's a bad school. It's just not super popular. It doesn't get the name recognition, so
it gets some recognition as a party school. A lot of parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's California.
Look at this.
It's nowhere worse than San Diego State. I can guarantee you that's
another place
Arizona.
She's waiting to hear back from SD also because she does want to go to San Diego.
That's
I would love for her to go to San Diego or Irvine because it just feels like
I grew up in San
safer.
Diego and nobody ever said the education there was lacking any quality. So,
bro, she got like I said everywhere, like even like Chico State, right? Like some of her friends are going to Chico. Like, oh, apply here, and she's like, I'm kind of thinking about going there. I'm like you can party anywhere. Like you just want to go to Chico because you hear it's like a party like place.
That's right.
And it's in the middle of Fucksville nowhere, so it's like, of course, it's a party state. And then but it is a good school for his work. Like Song's kids, shout out to our man Song, both of his daughters went to Irvine. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay. I mean Irvine, Chico State. I mean, I was like, okay. You know what I mean? I had little cousins and shit, and some nephews that went to Irvine, so they were kind of, that's kind of one of the premises why. But then she got accepted to like Pinkerton and you know what I mean? Like Pinkerton,
King D?
King D.
What up, King D? Pinkerton somewhere down there too in SoCal. Can't remember where, but yeah, she wants to get up out of here. That's for sure. She's ambitious, so you know what I mean? At least she got that going. It's crazy because she wants to be a lawyer. And then JD, he was like, they got a fucking little pre-law school over here in Sac. And I was looking into it. And I was like, oh shit, there is one. But she's like, I don't want to be like local. Like she wants to get the fuck up out of here. It's good though. That's how I was. Yeah. I was out of the house at 18. Shit, I was gone. Came back real quick too. Like at 20, I was back. Then by the time I had my first kid, I was out. You know what I mean? I was already out. Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking, we out of this thing.
That's good. I was.
Yeah, I think I was like 22. Yeah, I was 22, turning 23 when I had my first one.
A similar situation actually.
And now she's about to be in college. This shit crazy. Good.
22
Be better
and a
than your
half.
dad. That's your goal. And I think that's our goal as parents. One of the goals is like they just make sure they're better than us because we think we're so great, right?
Teach them what's right and what's wrong, and hopefully you can help guide their I guess their way of maneuvering the environment. I don't
So, look, do you remember? You ever seen that movie Knocked Up?
Oh hell yeah.
knocked up. No,
So,
I don't
no,
think
so
so.
Knocked Up.
Maybe.
It was Seth Rogen. That guy. Seth
Yeah.
Rogen. Anyways, he in the movie the premise is, what I'm saying, he's a 23-year-old kid, and he has his website with his friends.
What up, Dennis?
What up, Dennis? And this is probably like, this is like around 2006, 7. So they have this website where you could see like celebrities, news celebrities from movie clip, like they clip it up, and it's called like I forget what they call it, but like this is him and his group. Like they have aspirations of getting this website to blow up, right? And then like he goes to the club, meets his broad, knocks her up. You know what I mean? And now he kind of has to get his life together. It's this little, coming of age story. But
life happens fast.
and like they fall in love. You know what I mean? But it was just like a one-nighter initially, whatever. Me and my girl at the time, we've been seeing each other for 5 years, but she's pregnant while we're watching this movie. Like she's like, my daughter was born in November, and this movie came out in the summer, so my girl's already like big ass showing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyways, I remember watching this shit, and it was kind of parallel to me when I was watching the movie, because like, but me is like me and my boys, we got the studio.
What's up, brother?
What up? Top of the top.
And Albert. What's up?
What up, Albert?
Fellas.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the folks in the chat, man. You know what I mean?
Man.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Let us know what y'all did.
What's up, Derek?
What up, Derek? Yep. Everybody put it in the chat. What y'all did this past weekend, which was the first weekend with zero football in hell months. You know what I mean? Because that's always weird and shit. You know what I mean? And what y'all do? You know what I mean? Maybe people actually have lives though. Because me, I'm like, when it's football, I'm like, it's scheduled programming.
I was scouting with JD.
Hey.
I never realized that's the only scheduled programming that I watch is football.
So the last person that was like a Senior Bowl freaking standout. Guess do you know who's on my mind? Guess which player I'm thinking.
Was it the Brock?
No.
Oh.
He is on the 49ers though, so that's a hint.
Was it Big Fred Warner?
No.
Nah.
It's old bullet to the butt.
Oh, Ricky. Okay.
Yeah, he had a
He took it through the
game.
chest. Pause.
Okay. My bad. Wrong part.
Yeah,
Pause.
to the ass was Brian Robinson.
Okay, my bad. I mixed up into
Pause.
this.
Should have paused that. I should have paused that.
Oh shit! I don't have my shirt on today. Usually I got the.
No, that was me. That's it.
security
That was me that said the
blanket.
foul shit. I said the foul shit.
Okay.
On this other podcast, I'll be fucking with the Jadakiss joint with Fat Joe. They have paused flags and shit. Throw a flag out like a fucking penalty.
Yeah, looks like we got some chores done in Bakes' house, and
Nice.
Dennis, he sat in the corner and cried. I don't know. I'm sure you got some shoveling done in the morning. That Minnesota lifestyle in the winter is no joke.
You ain't lying.
Derek,
No, I'm all set on that though.
he was watching Teo and Shakur fight.
Oh yeah, I heard Shakur whoop that ass.
Okay. I didn't watch that.
You know what's funny? I was talking to Derek that morning, and he was telling me about the fight. He's like, "Oh, it's a big ass fight." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna watch this shit." Dumbass forgot right after that combo. Woke up the next morning, and watching all the clipped up shit people talking about the fight. I was like, "Oh, fuck, I missed the fight."
Yeah, there's been some good ones, some ass whoopings. I was watching a short and it was bare knuckles, and
Oh,
man,
that's
the
brutal.
cranium just got destroyed by a big right hand, and like you seen his face collapse. It was so strange in slow motion, high definition. You saw his face collapse, like when the face was going, or like when the fist hit the face. It was
Bro,
just
that's lacerations, bro. Bare
the
knuckles.
nut the strike, that type of impact, when it breaks the bones, it's more of a blunt trauma, so it's not necessarily like breaking the skin, it's actual like physical. Okay,
No,
this
no, I'm
guy
just
has a
talking about in
strong.
general. Fit bare knuckles is lacerations, but yeah, I'm talking. There's nothing to absorb
Yeah, this
the
guy
pounds
just
of pressure.
was absolutely
That fool broke his
annihilated,
face.
deformed. There was no like tears or anything to the skin because he's a
Yeah, so he
boxer.
just
His skin is thick, but he he just got
his face is
annihilated in
callous.
the right spot, and because it was bare knuckle and that hard impact, it broke the bones, and that like that impact, it was so brutal, dude. I just didn't like
Right to
it.
the
I was like,
orbital. Where'd he
this
get him
is
in the orbital?
this is too tough, man. It's like at some point we gotta be at least civil about fighting, even.
Where are they doing? What country do they do this in?
Bare knuckle fighting is I don't know. That's a good question.
It's
I
done
never
on the
thought about it like
rooftops
that.
and in the back alleys.
I just know it fucking exists, and yeah, that was like the heavyweight class, and one of them got annihilated. Shakur
Damn.
won real bad too.
Obliteration.
Absolutely whipped. So I like those kind of fights. Actually, they're kind of entertaining. If I don't throw a bunch of money at fights, so if it's totally one-sided and you can appreciate some true skill, then I ain't mad at it.
I love to gamble, but even more, I love it when you know what you're gambling on, when you know it well. So then it's like it doesn't feel like gambling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
Like I
not
don't know the
familiar with
fighters.
two
They'll be like,
fighters.
oh, I like bruh.
Right.
Put it on them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it's like that's why like when I always argue people when I say, well, fantasy is gambling. It's like a form of it. I'm like, because you maybe technically because you have money on the line, but it's like it's not. It's not poker or blackjack. You know what I mean? Like there's unpredictable variables. You know what I mean? So there's somewhat of a skill set here. Like, okay, this guy versus that defense, or this guy. You know what I mean? Like there, I don't know, but it's still going to be categorized as gambling no matter what. I still argue people to the death.
Yeesh. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. There's some skill into gambling too. Just
That's a
because
fact.
you play a skill game, and doesn't mean that when you involve money, it ain't gambling.
I like it, the money.
Yeah.
I like if I already have it, I won. That's how I feel about gambling these days. Like, you know what I mean? But who's to say? I mean, there have been
What do
some
you
times.
feel about casinos?
As long as I'm
Like
drunk and I'm
banning
falling off into a casino, I
good
might put a little
blackjack
something down just for fun.
players. Like how about that? What do you feel about that? A good blackjack dealer getting banned from a casino because he's sitting there just like fucking beating it because they're or pause, like
You ever
what
heard
the
of Phil
house
Locke?
odds are, they don't even exist to get to against these guys.
You ever heard of Phil Locke? He's a black poker player, hella famous.
Phil Lock,
Yeah.
Phil Ivy, Phil
Phil
Lock.
Ivey. My bad.
Yeah,
Phil Ivey, the black guy. Phil
yeah.
Ivey.
He's pretty damn good.
Yeah. So look at this. So this is like in the last, I think this happened in the last 10 or 15 years or so, right? He was in the UK, like somewhere in some casino, right? And like the cards that they use over there, you know what I mean? They're like any card, they're cut. This guy knows how to read the cuts on the cards.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
like he went up in there, and I think it was in Malaysia. There you go, not in the UK. He hit the UK up too though, but he went to Malaysia, and then he went to UK requesting this specific brand of card. He had them hold like 3 million.
top of it, Peacock. What's up?
Top of the top,
Yeah.
Peacock.
Work never ends, for a true hustler. So, we get it. We got it. Yeah.
Man, we getting it out here, bro. But yeah, Ivy hit him off for millions, bro, and like then they wouldn't pay him, and it was a whole thing. Like he went to court and all that shit, and I think they settled it with him, or something like that. Forget what it was, bro. But they're trying to get him, like thinking they say he's cheating, and of course he wasn't going to admit to nothing. You know what I mean? They took his ass to court. I mean, he took them to court like, you got to pay me. You know what I mean? But he just, it was crazy, man. He request because the fact that he told him like, here's $3 million of my money, hold this shit, I'm about to play crazy. You know what I mean? But he's like, but since I'm giving you $3 million of my money, I want the specific deck. So they get a brand new thing of this deck, and then it was a single deck, and then he wanted the card machine there. So they don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? But he just look at, yep, Every time he's looking at the card that comes out, you really do. You feel me? Like it's just crazy.
There's some players that can really narrow down the odds and almost kind of can predict what the
card counters.
The draw was going to be on that number of cards that need to be drawn, and they'll
the outs.
Yeah, they'll figure out something and have a better odds, and that's why they come away with earnings rather than losses.
This dude was going heads up. Ivy was going. It's on YouTube. There's plenty of little mini documentaries of people that covered this shit.
There's a couple good actually Hollywood films that I think are interesting too.
Yeah, 21.
Rounders I think is a
Rounders was good. One. Yep.
Yeah. Like the desperation
mode
of that
one money.
Is pretty cool. You're like, man, this guy's desperate. He's really getting down with the cards. Okay, shit.
Okay. Yeah, there was I saw some shit. What's the dude? Is it David Blaine? Who's the one that put himself in the ice? Or just recently he did the balloon thing. This guy, is that David Blaine? Anyways,
sure. I haven't.
He was talking about there was a kid. Magic. There was a kid in Vegas. Well, this guy's probably like 60 years old now. But he was a kid when he moved to Vegas. And he's so fascinated with dice. So this fool, he had his mom get him a life-size table. And every day, this motherfucker practiced with the dice.
Yeah,
like
he
got so good, he could hit it right off the wall of the thing and make it land certain numbers. But he would always have to hold it a certain way. You know what I mean? Like if he needed a certain number, he'd hold. This guy was that good. He ran it up. When mind you, he's probably like in his 20s now. He's like, all right, it's time. He runs. He's probably when he was 21, and he runs it up. And then he's one of those fools that's famously on the fucking in the black book. You know what I mean? Because they eventually were just like, we couldn't figure it out. Just like he just wins all the time. Fuck him. Get him out of here. You know what I mean? They probably figure out like what the way he positions. I don't know, but he had his technique down so good, right off the wall, every time. But like, imagine if you had from one age, like whatever it is, 11 or 13, whatever you just have this dice in your hand every day now. You know what I mean? Like for Phil Ivey, he's playing cards his whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? That at one point he's like, hey, you ever notice the cuts are different? You know what I mean? Like, then you start searching the factories that cut the cards up and all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an interesting fact. Chess is another example of when children, when they're involved, they can elevate the game, and all of a sudden, age is no longer. Like,
look at this, bro.
Enough.
Look, you're in your late 30s now, right? I'm not trying to bring it up, right? I'm in my 40s now, and it's great. I promise you. It's great on this side. Anyways, when we're the same generation. We're within the same couple of years. When we were kids, a motherfucking fight break out in the playground. You know what I mean? It might be a little bit of stand up, right? But it's gonna get to the ground. You know what I mean? It's more like some wrestling, right?
It was fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see, now imagine these days, right? Like kids ain't ready for leg kicks. There's kids that are busting leg kicks out. They're training MMA now from as a kid. I'm Ultimate Fighter. That shit came out in the early 2000s before Ultimate Fighter, right? Mixed martial arts wasn't really. You had UFC in the early 90s already, and you might have had some mixed martial arts dojos, right? But like for the most part, it wasn't until the early 2000s when it exploded. So now you got kids that were born or that were maybe like born in the year 2000 and then raised up as fighters training MMA. You know, these are the guys that are fighting these days. You know what I mean? Now in 25 years old, 26 years old, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they've been fighting, they've been training MMA their whole fucking life. It's different
Yeah.
when you
Skill
get
level
someone.
wise, they
Yeah, like
definitely have an advantage because the experience that they were handed is finally generational. It's like, oh man, this guy taught me and he learned from this guy and that guy how to like really kill
for real.
somebody on the ground and
That's how it used to
inside
be
this
with
ring.
jujitsu.
Because
Before
that's
the
how I
explosion of
feel that
MMA,
whole MMA thing is. It's more or less how can I kill my opponent, without a weapon.
facts.
Really?
I
But
mean,
there's a
like,
ref to stop it, right? Like, don't kill him, okay?
dude, like fools that are like super dope at jujitsu, like, you would never even know. You know what I mean? You might fuck with this dude at the bar and start some shit.
You're
You
definitely
push the
gonna
dude. This fool will
break
choke you out with your own shirt that you're wearing.
something,
You know what I mean?
or a ligament is going bye-bye.
For
That's
real, something's
definitely
getting
a
broke.
fact in that. I was
Break
watching
your
something
shit
comical.
standing.
There was it kind of evolved into this guy. He was doing the Karate Kid Karain thing, and then there was another guy just like straight to his ass and just like kind of like does one of these
And
things. He's waiting for you to like roll. I'm like, what the hell? That's not even fighting at that point. It's like, what am I? What? Okay, come on, man. I
I
don't,
mean, shit.
I don't know.
Hey,
It's
look,
MMA
if
for a
you start
reason. You
shit,
can
hold
do
on.
whatever you need
If
to
you
do, I
start some
guess.
shit with somebody in the bar, and this fool, he says, hold on, takes his shoes and socks off, bro. This is probably just don't. Listen, bro. It's
The
all
only offense he has is defense. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't know.
breaking shit.
At least at a competitive level for some of these guys, it almost
Hey,
looks
look,
like their
you
best
don't never
offense
see
is
it. Only
defense.
Steven Seagal was the one that ran around like I'm a black belt in Aikido. Ain't nobody fucking with no
Oh, nobody
Aikido,
ain't
bro.
fucking with Aikido. You
Nobody
know that
fucks with no Aikido.
Chuck Norris already squashed that fucking thing a
Yeah,
long,
that
long
is
time
more like
ago.
a show. Aikido is more
Chuck
like a
Norris was
show.
the first one I think that might have come out and said, "Nah, that motherfucker's a fraud and a liar and a con artist and he ain't shit." And
Yeah, because
honestly,
Bruh's
you
a world
won't fuck
champion.
with Chuck Norris because
Chuck Norris, the world
that's
champion,
not a
bruh.
lie. When all those things that you ever heard about Chuck Norris and you know what you've heard, it's all true, 100% of it. All of it. It's all true, dude. It's all true. Chuck Norris is
You ever
badass.
seen that joint? Remember the joint in the movie when him and Bruce Lee went at it? It's dope because they're in the dojo and before they go at it, right?
Yeah.
They're like stretching and doing all kind of shadow boxing and just, they're doing
Yeah.
their own thing for like 10 minutes in the movie. And then after they're warmed up, they get their stances against each other and then they go at it. It's fucking badass.
They yeah, that I'm sure they sparred pretty good a couple times, but I gotta say, pound for pound, there's no way Bruce Lee's winning that fight. Chuck
Really?
Norris, yeah, Chuck Norris is winning that fight. He's got the advantage through elite competition. He actually was a combat sport champion.
One
So
inch punch.
not
Don't get
I'm
close
not
to him.
taking anything away from Bruce Lee. I love Bruce Lee as much as the normal fan of 80s kung fu, but 80s 70s kung fu and I'm talking about even Green Hornet. I enjoy his stunts there too. He just pound for pound, I'm saying that in a fight, that situation, there's no way Chuck Norris doesn't get him good. And
Jet Li.
Bruce
What do you
Lee,
think of Jet Li?
um, I don't
He's an
know.
actual Shaolin monk.
I Shaolin monk fucking. When's the
I don't
last
even
time
know
you
if
ever
that's
seen a
true.
Shaolin
I
monk
don't
in
even
the
know if that's
ring
true. I just
winning
threw that
fights?
out there.
At least in the beginning of UFC and Ultimate Fighter, a lot of karate and stuff that Chuck Norris was really, really effective at in fighting competitions. He was the best of the best at one point. Um, he, yeah,
I
Bruce
think
Lee,
it's
he didn't
pronounced
need to.
karate.
You know, Bruce Lee,
Karate.
the Chinese way of film and stuff is very like old style in his like when he was young. So it was a lot of opera stuff. So he was already he's like you got to consider him a ballet first and then a martial artist in my eyes. So he's doing the
He's
super
of the
like
theater arts.
aggressive version of ballet.
He's of the theater arts.
Yeah, that's
Jeet Kune
exactly
Do.
what Chinese
Yeah, because
film was.
I want to say Jet Li was raised in that shit too. Where they have like it's basically schools where they teach you the kung fu and all this shit. But then like they're breeding you to be a camera ready because that was like part of their culture is the kung
Routine,
fu.
yeah. Yeah, they say, okay, we're going to set up this routine. You have to be perfect, okay? And if you're not perfect, then you don't
Yeah.
pass, and then you just
Yeah,
refuse.
it's like art school, but for fighting for fighters that are gonna go into film and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, like because that was like
a
Bruce
way
Lee.
of
That was
life after a little while. You're like, oh man, okay, they're really instilling me and this indoctrinating me into this like whole fucking world. Okay, it's trip.
like I remember when Jackie Chan first
Supposed to
hit the
dedicate
scene.
everything to it.
Like Jackie Chan, he was dope because it was like he could do everything with the environment around him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if there was a rake, he's gonna fuck some shit up with that rake. You know what I mean? He's like you know what I mean? He's not Sideshow Bob with that rake. You know what I mean?
No, no way.
And then when I was a kid and I saw Drunken Master, I was very impressed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You ever seen Drunken Master?
Jackie Chan is the goat in my eyes. Like he's more impressive than Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee had a shortened stint, but the
It's
wealth
like the
of
Biggie versus Pac argument.
Jackie Chan
Biggie
is
just didn't
the
have
goat,
many
bro.
albums.
I don't know. You could go and watch the Jackie Chan highlights and get back to me.
Hey, Jackie Chan's a bad
But yeah,
motherfucker. Man. Remember Rumble in the Bronx? What?
when he was young, and then even when he was old and doing stuff with Chris Tucker and doing all that stuff, that shit was that shit was freaking real.
Yeah, remember that one that he was in the casino. It was in part 2, Rush Hour Part 2. And then there was a little gate where you cash the little cash gate. And it's like probably open like that wide. Homie jumps and swings into it. But remember in the outtakes, he's like keeps clipping his nose. Oh, he does it again. Oh, but then like, you know what I mean? That's where I'm impressed. Rumble in the Bronx, right? They had a scene where I think he was jumping from like a ledge onto he was jumping from like a ledge on a bit from a building
What up,
onto
Brandon?
to like a fire escape. What up, Brandon? He was jumping onto like a fire escape or something. He lands hella clean, but then like he breaks his shit. You know what I mean? And then like they wrapped his shit up. You know what I'm saying? Then he's boom. At the next day, he's shooting again. He's wearing the cast underneath the little jeans he's wearing, and he runs, jumps again. like Jackie Chan is a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Hey, in Rush Hour, he had got handcuffed to the steering wheel, right? Then he gets up into there and he's fucking all the agents up with the steering wheel, using the steering wheel, fucking fool's wrist up and shit. Shit was hard.
Crazy. Yeah. Some of the stuff in China that he was doing too was pretty impressive. He was easily seen in a lot of other stunts as like a background. I watched the Netflix or something, and I remember when he was doing some roles, it was a lot of background work, and some of it was in like Bruce Lee work. He'd be in the background, and at times he had that moment where he felt like, okay, I'm getting acknowledged that I've earned some respect from Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So that's that's probably the most satisfying thing that you could probably experience from his point of view. It's like, oh,
I
okay.
have a problem. I have a problem with that when they did the revamp of the Karate Kid. I had no problem with like the casting, but I had a problem with it's called Karate Kid, and they had the motherfucker teaching them kung fu. I'm gonna teach you kung fu. It's just called Karate Kid. I'm just, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, the first time I ever seen Jet Li on anything, because I wasn't really like a Chinese kung fu buff as a kid. Outside of like the shit they dubbed in English, right? Long story longer. What was his name? Who were we just talking about? Jackie Chan, right? Oh no, Jet Li. His first appearance that I saw was in Lethal Weapon 4. And he played the villain. He was fucking nasty in there, right?
What's up, Cole? Yeah, we primarily talk football. We rabbit. Cole Damiani was saying, "Ask football." I don't know if that means if you want to ask some football questions.
Yeah. Go ahead. Ask us anything.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead. Drop the question in the chat. And you know what? I think it is about that time. Let's go ahead and take them to the streets, and we'll wait for this question too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fellas, and happy Tuesday.
Hey, top of the tide.
Top.
The ears, man. What you got for us?
Well, let's see. I got some trade rumors and some buzz. I got some good stuff. I got some 49 news that got like tonight too. Today. Well, we talked about it on Friday that the Ravens now are picking up and gonna have some exploring potential trade with the Bears for DJ Moore when they can. So we know that.
Yeah, March.
Yeah, that's March 12th.
Or before March.
Well, the 10th is and then the 12th they can start signing, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody jumps in and interrupts this conversation?
I think there'll be multiple teams in there.
Right? I mean, does this drag on, or are we talking
New England also?
I could see Tennessee also.
Because Diggs is only there for a year in New England, you know, and he's only going to be a year older. So I could see them still sticking with the veteran route and then, you know, trading for a DJ Moore.
Well, watching that press conference last night, did you know what Diggs said? The team that he almost went to was Denver before New England. But because there was a correlation with someone he played with in Buffalo that was on the staff. But then I guess New England ponied up a little more money. He
probably was like, let me go play with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh Allen, what is it called? Drake May.
Yeah.
Yeah, because here's the thing is like, I would have looked at that Sean Payton situation and been like, man, I'm going to fall in the woodwork. Like that. That's going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure JD, he probably knows this offhand already. But the target breakdown to those receiving options, you know what I mean? Because you had the Franklin streak, you had the Mims streak, you know what I mean? Cortland Sutton was very spotty, you know what I mean? That's probably why Diggs was like, I'm gonna go somewhere where I could actually be a number one.
Yeah. Well, this one was kind of crazy. There's early trade buzz surrounding Vikings Justin Jefferson because he's not happy with the quarterback situation. Exactly. And I got an echo. Shit. And the Raiders are viewed as a team to watch.
To Justin Jefferson?
Yes, sir.
Don't do that.
Well, he's not happy with the quarterback situation. And
but here's the thing: they're not giving up that one overall.
No way. Oh, hell no.
Hell no. I wonder what it would be then.
Now.
Interesting.
The Tennessee.
Did you guys see my actual natural reaction? I just hate it. No, I hate the Raiders.
Now the new look Tennessee Titans are monitoring a potential move for 49ers tight end George Kittle.
I mean, he's done right now.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. He owns a home in Tennessee. He has a very close relationship with Rob Saleh. and they view him as a very strong mentor.
A very close relationship? How?
I allegedly.
No, I'm just fucking with you. Anyways, yeah, I saw that. I mean,
Yeah.
there was Tennessee trade rumors with Kittle for the last
Before.
few years, ever since
Yeah.
he bought that place. He has like
Yeah.
a big ass compound.
Yeah.
Or like he think he built it too.
Yeah.
Shout out to George Kittle.
He does. Now, as for the Titans,
He does what? What'd you say? My bad. I missed that last one.
No. I know he has a large compound out there. I know that because he does.
Oh, he does. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah,
I
know he.
I was like, what?
I know on his farm or whatever he has out there, he produces, I guess, stuff off his farm. I believe I saw that. Yeah. Well, as for the Titans, are expected to shop for a true wide receiver one. AJ Brown's name has been mentioned as.
Oh, he's just gonna bring him right on back to Tennessee, huh? Gonna take Brandon Ayuk from us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as for the Jaguars,
Salah. Yeah. And this just in, Salah does not have a very close relationship with Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. Well, as for the Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Devin Lloyd, he's likely to hit free agency. I wonder where he end up going.
Niners, Jets. These are all places that like could needs linebacker. You know what I mean?
Who is that?
Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd.
The Rams. You know what I mean? Because if Landman
he does only fit a certain defense, I think.
That's what I'm saying. The Vikings. Because
he's not the best player, but if he's in a role that he doesn't have to be a captain and stuff like that, I think
he's not I don't think he's ever played middle linebacker for Jacksonville.
That was the primary goal with him.
Yeah, because then they had Olakun there.
Olakun came in probably. Was it at the same time?
The same year, yeah, when he was a rookie. Yeah, because Devin Lloyd,
he fell off.
He was the year.
Jacksonville. He wasn't really a thing there.
Yeah, Devin Lloyd was the year after the 21. I think he was in 22. He was drafted. He was also a first rounder, but it was Jacksonville. They had just took Etienne and Lawrence. Or Lawrence and Etienne in that order that year prior. So then they didn't pick up Brez's 5th-year option because that would have been this year coming up. So he's free to go. I wonder if he's restricted.
How's the echo?
It's much
there. Okay, cool.
I have nothing now. Now, as for the Cowboys, they held preliminary extension talks.
There's another one. The Cowboys for Devin Lloyd. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, the Cowboys held preliminary extension talks with running back Javonte Williams, but talks paused because Williams has to select a new agent.
Talks paused because he said something inappropriate in the meeting.
Yeah. Now, as for Gang Green, the franchise tag potentially is in play for Breece Hall.
Yeah, be $14 million.
Yeah. So I think
And I think a running back would be very happy to do that. He just wouldn't be happy with the security of his future being a running back when you get older.
Yeah. Now, as for tight end Zach Ertz, he's looking to continue his career after his ACL injury.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Because that shit happened hella late, like week 16 or something like that.
Yeah. Now, as for the Broncos linebacker Trey Greenlaw has been named as a top cap casualty via Bleacher Report. He played only 58% of the defensive snaps.
He's coming back to the Niners. Let's go.
And would save about $6 million if he's released. Now,
I could also see him going to Tennessee to follow Vrabel, or even joining the Texans. Dre Greenlaw, I could see him doing that.
As for your 49ers, they could free up $15.7 million by restructuring Trent Williams' contract.
It's gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
And hold on, everyone's getting more money this year too. The cap's going up, so
it already is.
I mean, when you look at some of these numbers, it might be like, oh, they got 20-something million available.
No, do you have to adjust it? Yeah, I think it's Yeah. Well, coming out this morning, Mr. Robert Kraft was not selected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now, I as much as I hate the Patriots, I thought the guy deserved to go in just for what he's done.
But
for
you
the
didn't
game.
deserve. You didn't think Bill deserved to go in?
Oh, I thought they both deserved to go in. I ain't lying there.
That's what you were
hands
saying
down.
last. That's what you were saying on
No,
the
no,
last
no,
show.
no. I had that discussion with Mark this morning. I thought they both deserved to go in.
So now,
For what they
I don't know, Mark.
contributed to the game.
I know what you said on the show. Hating on greatness.
No,
That's all
as much as I hate that
hating on
franchise,
greatness.
I have to respect as a coach, but as an owner, the man did do his job as an owner. He's a pretty decent guy. I ain't gonna hold that him. I don't know. I don't know why he was a finalist, but who knows. Now, as for the Colts assistant GM, Ed Dobbs is a name to monitor for the Vikings GM opening.
Oh, they fired their GM.
Where's
Ed? Where's Ed? What's his name?
He's with the Colts. He's the Colts assistant. Colts assistant GM is Ed Dobbs.
He's done such a bang up job.
Now, as for this morning, I was talking to Kidda backstage. The Jets are to meet and probably offer Frank Reich the offensive coordinator job this morning after their meeting.
That'd be a great hire. He's a great OC. Head coach. When he had Andrew Luck, he was racking up wins, but you got Andrew Luck.
Now, that's true.
We've seen Frank Reich as a head coach life after, and handling. You know what I mean? So, but as an OC, Super Bowl winning. You know what I mean? Super Bowl winning OC. Let's go.
Now, as for those remaining 2 head coaching jobs, they have now been filled. The Cardinals are finalizing a 5-year deal with Mike LaFleur as the next head coach of the Cardinals. And LaFleur is expected to call the offensive plays. Now, as for the Seahawks offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, they're working towards a deal. So after the Super Bowl, he'll probably be the Raiders head coach. Congratulations, Bakes. You got your coach that you wanted.
This is a tough one for me, man, because I actually have to think that this is a good move for the Cardinals. I'm like, golly.
Yeah, getting a LaFleur.
About time they get somebody in the building that can do something that at least would be evolution. Like
it's gonna be great for McBride for sure. And their skilled players over there are gonna be just fine. I feel like we're gonna get Marv at a decent value this year. I'm not saying Marv is great. I'm just saying, in this system, he should be better. Who's throwing the ball? I don't know.
That's a good question. Now, as for Bogey's 49ers, they are set to hire Raheem Morris as their DC.
Yeah, they go back since the early 2000s.
Yeah. And
this is a great hire.
Oh yeah. Now, as this morning, the Giants hired former Chiefs OC Matt Nagy as their new offensive coordinator.
Who did this?
Matt Nagy. The Giants hired him.
Oh, that's terrible. It's good for Scatterbo. He just wants to feed one guy, kind of. I mean, when you look at Matt Nagy's history, outside of maybe his last few years with the Chiefs, because they didn't really have a running back or 2 running backs to scrape together, so they just used whoever they had. But yeah, this good outlook for Scatterbo.
Yeah.
For Nabbers and for I hope because Nagy's not really the receivers in his system they're not really consistent. So hopefully he knows better now because you have a Nabbers there. You just target Nabbers.
Vance Joseph is expected to remain as the DC in where is he, over in Denver? And this
I think Denver feels like they're gonna be plagued with the what if. You know what I mean? Like, what if Bo was healthy? Like, this is, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks what happened to Denver. That would have been dope.
And it looks like the Eagles are very confident that Vic Fangio will return as the DC in 2026 after he ruled, he was mulling retirement.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if the Niners were to courted him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lee, is September 10th a later start date? I'm sorry.
No, we started at September 10th, September 11th before.
Last year? Okay.
Oh, actually, September 8th 1 year. It was
Oh
like
shit!
September.
Well, that's right in the
Look at it
neighborhood.
because the year always starts on a
Are we
Thursday.
added more time on the field? So 272 games.
You got me there. It would be.
That means divided by 16.
Then we have we
That's
only have 3
17
seasons of
opponents.
pre-week. 3 seasons of three of pre-week. I said 3 seasons of pre-week. That's some special ass dyslexia.
3 games
yeah.
of preseason, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's an 18th game, it'll go down to 2.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen this year.
No, this
It could happen as early as 27, but like I'm probably in 28 is when that happens.
yeah, they still got some hangups to do on that stuff too.
It's not. It's really like just getting the money right, bro. Because the NFL is gonna want to do this. It's just making sure they put those deals in place to make sure they net them the fucking tens of billions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
because there's still only going to be one bye week, right? There's not
Yeah.
2 bye weeks.
No,
Well,
it'll be 2
Till
bye
they
weeks.
add-
it'll be 2
It'll be
bye weeks
20
when it goes
weeks.
to 18.
It'll
Yeah.
be 20 weeks of a regular season.
Yeah, King D says, "Why is next year's Super Bowl on Valentine's Day? Are they adding?" Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
shit. Are they moving that fast on this? Like maybe it is
I'm
next
looking
year.
at it right now, and it says a 17 game regular season. So no, it's not changing.
Okay, yeah, it's not next year. So and they are, because for what it's worth, it is being pushed back maybe a little bit, maybe to start vetting the networks. You know what I mean? Because think about this. Look at all the Thursdays we've started. It always starts on a Thursday. They've all been like September 6th, September 8th, in that range. You know what I mean? So September, you said 10th this year? That is late-ish from what we've seen before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we used to have a time where it would be it'd be the week after what is that, Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day, Labor Day, right? In late early September, because motherfuckers used to do their drafts during that weekend, or they'd be camping. And you could I'm camping, bruh.
Yeah, well, the Broncos promoted Davis Webb to the offensive coordinator.
Wow.
Yeah, he's over there now.
I super called this. I was like, I don't know why Davis Webb is in the conversation. I think it's because of his ethnicity. You know what I mean? Like, because he was getting interviews because of the Rooney Rule for teams that have to interview a fucking minority, right? But then at the same time, I was like, I don't understand why he's getting these opportunities outside of that. But if he gets the OC gig next year, makes some noise, then he's really in a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, look, this is the road to it now.
Also, Broncos GM George Patton is very interested in the Vikings GM opening. So that's another name that there.
Where's he coming from?
That from Bronco. He's the GM with the Broncos now, but he would love to maybe jump ship and go over to Minnesota. He's interested in that job, yeah. And now, as for your 49ers,
a lot about his interest in the job he currently has.
Yeah.
Are you sure he's the current GM, or is he from?
Yeah, no, it says Vikings GM opening is linked to current Broncos GM George Patton.
That means they might be firing that fool, bruh.
Now, as for the 49ers, they promoted Al Gooden to chief CEO. He's the new CEO of your 49ers. Al Gooden, yes, sir. Now, as for the Ravens, they hired Anthony Weaver, but he was hired in a non-play calling defensive role. So Minter's going to call the defensive plays, but Anthony Weaver is now over with the Ravens. As for Todd Monken, the Browns starting quarterback in 2026 is still to be determined.
The player safety and all that stuff in the NFL's eyes. I think they lost interest, and it's probably this is just my take, but I think that they lost interest, and that's why they lost a lot of fan base, because when a player goes out there and they sacrifice their body and stuff, it's not really like beneficial for like everybody outside of that team and trying to win. Like, it doesn't really matter to them. They just rotate a product. It's an entertainment business. It doesn't sleep. We've seen it like recover after tragic incidents like 9/11 and stuff. Like, it just bounces back so quick because it's just like The money in it is so important. I think there are certain times where we'll say it's emotional, but in reality, it generates so much money that it's like, oh, they'll do anything. They'll sacrifice safety through dumb scheduling in a heartbeat. They've been
Mhm.
doing it. I was so intrigued. I was like, when did they do that anyways? It was in 2006 when they started that Thursday night football bullshit.
Mhm.
They should get rid of it. I
Bro,
agree,
short
Peacock.
week.
Yeah.
That's insane, huh?
It
Like,
shows
why? And
it shows an incredible lack of like understanding how the players put themselves through this shit.
I mean, you know what they should have done? They couldn't do Friday because college ball and or not college ball, high school ball is big on ESPN, right? So it's
Mhm.
like, okay, we're not gonna compete with that. So they're like, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a Thursday. Like, but Saturday probably would have been nice. You know what I
No,
mean?
just having
Mhm.
another game on Sunday would be perfect. That's what the player wants. Might as well just do it. Like have
I mean,
a
I'm just saying for the sake of having a short week, Saturday, fuck it. I mean, you already have a Monday night game, right? Like players that play on Monday and play on Sunday, it's the same difference. You know what I mean?
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, true.
They could
Well,
they could do two Sunday night games and isolate them so
I think
it
Saturday
wouldn't.
games are badass.
Or
yeah,
yeah,
But
have a
but
earlier start on
it's
the
the
West
college.
Coast.
Then that's
We
competing with
actually
college too.
start earlier. That way, these Sundays could last like almost like how it does in Europe. You know, instead of playing the baby game, uh, we we really get it started early and we end it the same way, but we just started early. You know, what the
yeah,
hell's the problem with starting it early on Sunday and having two prime time slots for a game? That sounds pretty dope on Sunday. Having like
yeah,
Sunday, two Sunday night games
yeah.
isolated from each other. Or how do they do it later
I'll
on
be right back.
in the year where they have a multiple Sunday night games?
Oh,
That's
it's
not too
like
bad.
it's around week 10, I think it starts. They do the two games. Yeah.
Yeah, they're profiting probably more off of the two Sunday night games than they do on a Thursday.
Oh, for sure.
Um, but maybe I'm mistaken. I
Yeah.
know Monday night kills it.
Yeah. Well, Seahawks general manager last night, John Snyder, said he'd love to keep running back Kenneth Walker, but that price is going to be up there. He'll be competing with against others, I think. Now, as for the Steelers, head coach Mike McCarthy reportedly is in constant contact with Aaron Rodgers. If Rodgers doesn't return, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray is a reported Steelers target.
Hmm. Well, whatever.
Now, as for George Pickens, says he wants to remain in Dallas and believes his value has increased. Whatever.
Pickens did absolutely do that.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on
Yeah, I
board
was
with that take.
I was texting with Derek last night. Yeah, and I told him this stuff. And I know because Dak Prescott came out here last night. They had an event, and he said whatever he has to do, if he has to step in, if it's to restructure his contract, he says he'll do it because he wants two wide receiver ones on Dallas next year, and he feels Pickens would be that make them a lot better. So by signing him, I'm like, so I was like, huh. So. We shall
Yeah,
see what happens.
the two wide receiver ones and
And Ferguson, oh yeah, you got some nice shit there.
the offensive line being able to give Dak enough time to
Yeah,
do his thing. Yeah, Dak,
for sure.
that offense should run through Dak, and I mean, shout out to the run game. It was better than probably what people were expecting it to be. We didn't have to see Blue or anybody, you know, like no bullshit like that. They
You get like yeah.
like Javante came out and played and did his thing. So yeah, but it doesn't run through the run game there.
No.
We give it to Dak and we see what he can do. And for the most part through that freaking regular season, he's elite, man.
Yeah.
For whatever, you know, playoff pressure we haven't seen from him yet.
Now coming out of that Senior Bowl, Penn State running back Nick Singleton, he suffered a broken foot. He's undergoing surgery, will not participate in the combine. But also LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, he impressed scouts with consistency at the Senior Bowl and the game and practices. And Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson is projected to be available at pick 11. Many view the Jeff Hafley and the Dolphins taking him at a number 11, possibly. They feel he's an ideal fit under the Jeff Hafley in Miami.
Jeff Hafley is a defensive guy, so to see that this is probably more of a GM pick right here.
Yeah. Now, as for the NFL international games for 2026, we are going to be returning back to Spain. We are having our very first game in Paris, France, and the Saints will be the Paris, and the Saints will be the home team. We'll host that.
That's cool because
the
whole French, they rock the French leaf or whatever it is.
So we are going to be in London, Madrid, Melbourne, Munich, Rio de Janeiro, and also Ireland next year for international.
England.
Yes, sir. England will be going back to London. So they're going to have 9 international games next year.
They're going to be on all this shitty fucking soccer fields.
Well, hold on. I wouldn't consider the
real grass, right? I guess it's not shitty. They prefer real grass.
They prefer real grass over there. Yeah, that's the. I mean, that's
they're for the motherfuckers that love the track, I guess. That turf.
Yeah. Now, Giants head coach John Harbaugh says his team must be built to beat the Eagles, and Rams Sean McVay and Les Snead.
Hey, look, he went up in there and he said, "Look, I'm not even tripping off the Cowboys at all, or the Commandos. Fuck them. The Eagles, listen, I got to make sure my team can beat them."
As Derek said, we need to pay that man Pickens. Derek, I told you what Dak Prescott said. He's going to step in there if he has to and restructure his deal because he said he wants Pickens on the team.
And then that's the moment Uncle Jay goes, "Look here, Dak. You're outside of your pay grade. Dak, you go in the other room, Dak. Who let him in? Who let him in this room?"
Well, Rams head coach Sean McVay and GM Les Snead, they signed their extensions yesterday. And McVay says he absolutely expects Devontae Adams back. Now, as for Matthew Stafford, no surgery is needed for his herniated disc, so that's a good thing. So,
wow.
Now, as for the Titans, they hired the 49ers assistant Gus Bradley to be their DC.
No.
And Robert Saleh will call the defensive plays.
You said Did you say Niners? My bad.
I said Niners. Gus Bradley was with your Niners, correct?
Yeah, but you meant to say Titans.
I said Titans are hiring former 49ers assistants.
My bad. Anyways, this is like paying it forward. You know what I mean? Gus Bradley's the guy that gave Robert Saleh his opportunities back in the days. You know what I mean? Comes full circle.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
No. As we were touching on earlier, but the 18-game schedule, the NFLPA and league have not held formal discussions on an 18-game season because a second bye week and roster expansion would be required. So that's what they're holding up there. Now, as for the Bleacher Report named the potential 49ers cap casualties would be, we know Brandon Ayuk is one, edge Bryce Huff is the other, and offensive lineman Jake Brendel is the third name. Brendel, whatever name. And as for this is a wild crap I put in the thread this morning. The Vikings would aggressively pursue a franchise QB if available, and their wish is Joe Burrow if he's available as a dream target.
That's the thing. See, the word is available. He's not available.
He's not exactly. He's not going anywhere. I don't see that happening.
Hey, you know what's funny about that? They do not like. This is why they fired their GM. Because they attached this fucking wagon to JJ McCarthy.
And they
look at the Niners. We were in the same situation with Trey Lance. We jumped ship after 3 seasons in. By the 3rd season, he wasn't even, you know what I mean? It was like, okay, you have to compete for this job. We're not just going to hand you this shit over. And then that was it for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, Roger Goodell last night hints at more changes could be coming to kickoffs and punts. We know about the Commanders are have strong interest in Ayuk if he's released. So we already knew that because of the correlations. Now, as for the Chargers, Giants, and 49ers are linked to Tyler Linderbaum in free agency. Now, as for Peacock's Texans, guard Ed Ingram's free agency market is expected to be in the $15 to $18 million per range mark. So, and now, as for the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, he believes Richard Sherman would make a great NFL coach when the time comes. As for
because he definitely he's putting that out there because he interviewed with us, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or at least I don't know if he interviewed actually, but
his name has been floated back that he could position. Yeah. As for Lions defensive tackle,
can I talk, Lee? When I talk, he's just
sorry, folks.
I'm like, Lee, come on! It's just every time, like
I'm trying.
It's not really. You know what I mean? It's so good. I am annoying because I tell you the same thing over and over. Is that annoying, Lee?
No, I know that it's a fault of mine.
What else you got? Come on.
Perfect. Lions defensive Levi. I can't pronounce his last name. That's forget that. As for your 49ers, owner Jed York said this morning he will build Jerry Rice a statue. He is the original GOAT. Let's commission it, JR. Whenever you want it, we got you, bud. And that was via the Up and Adams show this morning with Kay Adams.
Let's go. What the fuck is the hold up?
I just have to start designing it. I think that's about it.
Design it? The fuck? Boom, it's him.
I know he's the GOAT. Yes, he is.
Come on, bro. The GOAT of all football.
Yeah. When it comes to that, yeah. And that's all the news. Hey, it's nice to see the leagues open. That's going to be fun. Yeah, that should be fun.
The fantasy leagues? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them open up.
I'm about to flip something right now. Fuck it. It's going down. I'm trying to tell you. You know what's crazy? People love this 2027 class. They love this 27 class, bro.
Yeah.
27 classes, definitely an exciting group. I think we're gonna see something special in a lot of positions, which is normally like I think next season we're gonna see teams jump on some receivers, but I think there's gonna be a lot of quality running backs this next class, especially on the landing
Quarterbacks
spots.
too.
Quarterbacks and wide receivers next year will be nice.
I mean,
I said at quarterbacks too, as in question mark. Like I wasn't saying as a declarative statement.
I think that the cream of the crop is pretty good. I think Mendoza could probably.
No, that's this year. I'm talking about next year.
Oh, 27. Yeah, that's the quarterback class for sure.
Because look, we got a Drake May and a Bo Nix and a Jaden Daniels out of last year or out of 2024's class, right?
27 LSU.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to go back to 2020 when you had some, another good influx of QBs that are still around. Like, from Herbert, Burrow to Herbert.
Jalen Hurts in that one, right?
Jalen Hurts is in that one. You know what I mean? I mean, Tua's in that one, but, for what that's worth. Because, like,
Newsmeyer, Garrett Newsmeyer.
Yeah, he's making some noise.
Yeah, we'll see. Is he actually? He's entering 26 draft, Senior Bowl. That's why. Okay, yeah, he has to. He stayed. I think he's pretty interesting for this year. 27. Who's 27? Outside of Arch, of course.
2021. You also had Trevor Lawrence too.
Who else on the 27 quarterback list are we supposed to be paying attention to outside of Arch Manning?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
We got
because like there's a bunch of teams that right now are they going to depend on this quarterback carousel? You know what I mean? Like, is Mac Jones going to revive another organization that needs a QB? Is
Like
who else is?
another
Oh, you got
Goff
the kid from
and
Ohio
stuff
State.
like
Think of
that.
Julian Slayen.
Yeah.
He possibly could come out. I'm not sure if is he. Yeah, he possibly.
Dante Moore.
Dante Moore, who went back to school.
Nico Iamavaya. I don't. He did look okay. I don't know if I'm super Sellers though. That's the one.
There's a
I
kid
think
here in Texas, not besides Arch. I think it's Texas Tech. I don't know his
Dante
name.
Moore is frequently cited as a top contender, of course, according to the AI overview, which I don't know. I
think it's-
watched a lot of Oregon. Whatever. That's just the way that offense rolls. I don't. You have to really be impressive. I think
But you,
Sellers though sometimes, and Newsmeyer.
Newsmeyer,
Meyer.
Meyer, yeah. And you got you also Jeremiah Smith, and you probably have Ryan Williams coming out of Alabama for receivers.
And then the late round flyers might be more interesting than some of these top prospects. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. There.
Yeah.
There's. It sounds like there's no lack of prospects, and then of course we've got these quarterback workouts that are gonna.
The combines, yeah.
These schools stock up.
Yeah, that's when I start paying attention, when we start to get enough current footage to go along with the highlight reels and then maybe the consensus prospect of landing spots is also dynamic for all this. We don't know where they're going, so that's another big facet on this whole draft classes. Wherever they land is a big important key to their fantasy future. It's like DJ Moore. He for a long time, him and Mike Evans were the two reliable pieces for the last probably 8 years. DJ Moore definitely fell off a little bit, but
DJ Moore didn't really get on until like Chicago days, because DJ Moore he was in there since 2018. You know what I mean? With Cam Newton wasn't the greatest.
The only reason why I compare him to Mike Evans is that every year he got really close to 1,000 at least, or over 1,000. Where Mike Evans was the one that was actually getting the 1,000.
1,000, yeah. 10
Moore
years
was
straight.
like, damn, he was just that close or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that was that's the type of run that he's had anyways, and I've that's all right. I've been able to utilize DJ Moore on some winning fantasy squads. That's for sure. You don't need to have that. Wow.
Yeah, he's not your one. If he's not your number one, I love having DJ Moore. If he's like, especially if it's by 3, 4.
Yeah.
Well, this just came out about 20 minutes ago. The Raiders are a potential landing spot to watch if Jim Schwartz gets out of the deal with the Browns. He's trying to get out of his deal right now.
Wait a second. He's not there anymore. They hired a head coach, right? They didn't get rid of him yet.
No, they didn't get rid of him, but they want to keep him there, but he doesn't want to stay there.
I mean,
after being passed over.
It might not even be guaranteed. Like I know you said finalized, but a deal, but that hasn't been signed yet for Kubiak. So I wonder what the Ravens are going to scramble. It's probably going to be like a Kingsbury or a fucking Jim Schwartz. But I can also see Jim Schwartz being a DC now because the spots are drying up. Like the Niners, we got Raheem Morris, which I'm very happy with, because I would have loved Jim Schwartz if not. But I guess that's why he wasn't shopping around in the market. He was trying to get that head coaching gig. He's probably going to end up staying there if Kubiak does get the job or takes the job, because I'm pretty sure it's already offered to him. And then maybe he brings in Jim Schwartz as his DC. Brady has something to do with it. Brady's lost the Super Bowl to Jim Schwartz. He probably has a high level of respect for Jim Schwartz. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get him in here to some capacity. I mean, Jim Schwartz with the Max Crosby, that'd be fucking nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Max Crosby on the stunts. Yeah, he's a technique guy. He kind of can be packaged into some stuff, but he's really good at beating just
Yeah, just outright destroying
fucking
someone
yeah, just
with
technique
the
I guess
same
is
speed
there
and
and all that stuff. Yeah, you want to have him on the edge more than trying to get kind of fancy. I guess you could probably use it in some sort of like, okay, if it's an obvious passing down situation and start to get creative. So yeah, they would I don't know though, that like usually they just kind of just like run what, four? So they like run four and then drop back uh um, into coverage. I don't know. Yeah. What's Jim Schwartz's style of defense?
was it 4-3-2
Hmm.
4-3-2? Yeah.
or
Yeah. Rush
4-3 as
four,
well?
man. Yeah, rush four. That's cool. I like that. That's my preferred, actually. I love the 4-3. A natural linebacker, and then getting fancy with the outside blitzes.
Now, Bleacher Report this morning had these for the Titans and the Broncos. They had the Titans' top 3 targets as Jets edge Jeremiah Johnson, which I don't think he's going anywhere. They also had DJ Moore and Vikings Jordan Addison for the Titans. And for the Broncos, they had potential trade targets Michael Pittman, Alvin Kamara, and also Michael Mayer from the Raiders.
Michael Mayer.
Derek, I didn't know he was a hater on Mike Vrabel, but how do you expect him to use Henderson? I don't know, man. Like he got what, 4 touches last game?
Yeah,
Was
I think
it?
it was actually 2 to 3 touches, I think I recall, here on TV.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know why should have worked. Ramondre, he he has a fumbling issue though, so who knows? This is the wrong time to make a mistake. You're right. Let's see if we can get creative and not just cross our fingers and hope that somebody who has fumbling problems doesn't fumble in the biggest game of his life. You know, it's kind of risky. They got here using 2 backs, so why not stick with it? And maybe that was only because of the situation that they were in at that moment.
I mean, they
So with
drafted Henderson high, having Steven
Seattle's
already under
defense,
contract.
the Houston Texans defense, the Broncos defense, man,
They went through the
New England
Chargers and the
really,
Chargers defense for what it's worth. They were hella good.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
because that offense wasn't good when it counted up.
yeah,
He's like,
good in Chargers doesn't even equate to comprehensive words to me.
I know Chargers it up.
It's
I don't
almost
think
like
I would say they didn't
a
charger it up. They
glitch in
just
the
got outright
Matrix.
beat.
That would be a total glitch in the Matrix, Bogey. If the Chargers were actually good at football. Yeah.
It's kind of
There
crazy
we go.
because like they did have a schedule that looked insane on paper, and they handled business, but very schizophrenic how they look. They destroyed the bad defenses, played poorly against the good defenses.
I
Yeah.
mean, they
Their offensive
relied
line
on
was the
Quentin.
most consistent
They
as far as
relied on
what,
Quentin
like, because it was
Johnson
just bad all
making
year.
plays. There and Keenan Allen came back to maybe save the
Just
day.
for
And,
rule.
I mean, there was a whole lot
Mike
Just to get a
McDaniels there
fucking
is the
$1 million.
best.
That's all he did.
Mike McDaniels there is
There's
the
a whole
shit
lot
for
of
lad.
things that the Chargers did that
What's
like,
that,
oh
Bugs?
yeah, they're still charging.
I said Mike McDaniels is the shit for lad.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's gonna be that Waddle role. You know what I mean? I love this. Pepper.
The Waddle role, I'm not super excited though. If you're,
Here's why I am. Is because what happened was A-Chan became a thing, and there was no Tyreek, so they moved Waddle out wide. He could play out wide too, like how the last year's regime was trying to put Ladd on the outside more. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Keep him in the slot predominantly. That's what Mike McDaniels is gonna do. I'm sure of it.
yeah, because
And
the
Keenan Allen
jury's not the jury's out on
on
Ladd.
Ladd.
We're
He's
confident
not
that
tough.
he's a playmaker.
That's one thing I've learned.
But
He gets beat up easily.
and you can say the same thing about Jalen Waddle. The same thing. That guy gets
He's
beat
white
up,
Jalen Waddle.
and then really, shit. The top end speed of Waddle and Ladd. That's totally not the same. Like they're not equivalent there. But shit, I don't know. I guess
Ladd as a route
if
runner
you're
though.
asking me, I'm more interested in McConkey going into this season than I ever was with Waddle in any season. And
There
that's
you
how
go.
much I don't even like the Chargers, but I still like McConkey better than Waddle. I think McConkey could do more Tyreek things, a lot of play action motion, and he's is he a good blocker too? Right, he's a pretty good blocker. Georgia was a run team, and he fucking made some blocks, and I'm sure he makes some blocks for the Chargers too.
And he goes, owie.
Does he go owie? I mean, that's a Georgia sport. Whatever.
Nah, I just made that up.
Yeah.
No, because remember some of the offseason talks with Ladd last year was that he was trying to learn.
That's funny. Derek is funny as fuck, dude. He's like, Henderson, 75-yard touchdown. Mike Bray will be like, sit down, Henderson. You're doing too
For
much.
real.
We don't want you to score yet. Stevenson, you in. I'm like,
Stevenson, go 3 yards or less every time you touch the ball. Hey, Stevenson did heat up that last little 4 or 5 weeks.
we need the time of possession to be like up there, elite status. That's how we're gonna win the game in the long run. Let that defense cook.
That's a fact.
Yeah, Mike Brable, if he wins this, I won't be surprised. At the way that a lot of that Patriots stuff happened, I was so excited for. And Bogey will back me up on this. I was super excited for the Patriots out of all the moves that those other teams did. I was pretty high on this one. I was like, Brable and the way that he wants to build a defense and the way that
they weren't trying to rebuild a team. They're going right to it. And they're look at them. They're in the Super Bowl.
He's purchasing all the best heads out there. Pause. And he
went and got Milton, who was fresh off a Super Bowl. He went and got Spillane, who's just been absolutely balling anywhere he's been, but just on shitty teams. You know what I mean? He brought in Harold Landry, who's been his guy. He also brought in Jack Gibbons. They're also both Tennessee guys that he drafted to Tennessee. You know what I mean? He unlocked even more if you could unlock more of Marcus Jones. You know what I mean? They brought over Chase Young. They brought over Chase Young, super low key pickup. They brought him over from the Raiders as well as Spillane, and Chase Young's been crazy off the edge this year, like low key in the rotations, hella producing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a surprise to me. And I think JD said it last episode where we always see that fucking, or maybe it was Peacock, whoever it was, that turnaround from like worst to first. You could easily pick them. Jaguars, that was the one that surprised me. I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
I know, because
pretenders or what?
being
I
at
thought
Lee
the
and
Chargers were pretenders, but the Jaguars, they turned out to be the biggest pretenders. They got there. Everybody was hyping the Jaguars to do shit. And,
even I, all of a sudden, for that moment in time, wow! I had Buffalo losing. They've been so sloppy. Man, Buffalo, like, it's so crazy because if they just had a defense, like they would probably be maybe I mean you got Joe Brady now. So, you know what I mean? You know, he's been responsible for this last couple of years of the Stallions. So
We watched it live. I think we were streaming live, and then they turned the game over. They gave the keys. McDermott was doing nothing, and then
yep, that was
Brady got the keys, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, Brady!" And it was like, "What?" And Bogus, dropping all the knowledge. Oh, he came from fucking
Carolina prior, and then Louisiana or
yeah,
LSU.
LSU and all that, whatever. And yeah, he immediately got a touchdown. I remember that. I was like, there we go. That. I know they're down by like 4 scores, but that was different and quick. The fuck?
Right?
And they
Yeah,
saved their season.
let's go with this play.
They saved their season. It was
Yeah, because then
playoff.
they had to
Playoff.
run the table to get in, and they did. They did.
Yeah. Yep. It was good. Good story. And I'm glad that organization said, "Hey, you've done everything right so far, so might as well see what you can do this way," or it's a different
Yeah, he
beast.
got his shot for real though.
Derek says, "I want my Cowboys to go with Ken Walker."
Yeah,
I can
that's
see that.
that's a the Doak Walker Award winner, fucking Ken
Oh
Walker.
shit! And
Yeah.
Schottenheimer. Oh no, Schottenheimer was there with Seattle, but I don't think he was there with Ken Walker. It might be if we look at the timing of it. He might have been there. Yeah,
The last time I saw him in
oh no,
just
Shotty
like
was. Go ahead, my bad.
no, I was just like thinking about the last time because they're in the Super Bowl, so everybody's getting interviewed or whatever. So the last interview I saw of him, I couldn't help but to be like, man, this guy is he gonna be a Lev Bell in this type of like game coming up, or like what kind of bell cow status are we getting, and the type of patience is he gonna have, or
Yeah, because
like
he's
he's gonna
built
be the
on his
difference maker.
explosivity. He's an explosive back. You know what I mean? Like,
He
but they
he
have
gets
been working him as a bell cow in the passing game and all the groundwork in these playoff games. He absolutely destroyed us.
yeah.
Then he ran through fucking the Rams.
Yeah, I was really thinking about it. I was like, man, he truly is going to be the difference maker for that offense. If he can get going, then they have a chance. But if they have to rely on JSN in the passing game, I don't know if it's gonna be enough. That 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 running game has to be firing on all cylinders like it has been this season. But it's just him this time. That's truly like against this type of defense, and what Vrabel has been known for his whole career is stopping the run. So it's like, how the heck are they gonna do it? Very
Yeah, and kind of, but like in true New England fashion, they've been more bend don't break. Like, let them get everything underneath. If you want to run it, go ahead. But then they tighten up in the red zone. I mean, but they're
yeah, you're
also really
scoring,
aggressive.
scoring, trying to limit the score. Let's.
They're
I think
definitely
that's
they're gonna rush like shit though at both of these teams. Both these teams are they're high pressuring fronts. And like Drake May, he's been taking sacks to the ass this entire playoff run.
yeah.
I don't know about the season, but I know for sure the playoffs.
He and Herbert were back to back. We're fourth and fifth, I think second and third in the league in taking sacks. Yeah.
Damn, Herbert was getting got too like that.
They were second and third. Yeah.
They said, how are they going to do it? Cam Akers. Well, yeah, he's not a threat right now. But I think cool thing about Akers is he's got that job security because he's already been that emergency back where he comes out of left field and starts to run all over a defense that was holding your starter back.
He's ready to win another Super Bowl.
This guy comes in for an injury and freaking dominates the rest of the game. And you're like, shit, do we go and pick this guy up on waivers? Or like, I don't know. It depends on if the running back's coming back or whatever. You're like,
And then you got
yeah.
Cooper. You got Cooper Kupp, the hometown kid, playing for his favorite team too. Yeah, I mean, like this. They're in my house. Angry.
I got the sacks to the ass comment. Pause. Makes. I missed it. If it came from me, yeah, I'm not that forward on the
Pause.
the thought process. Yeah, pause. That shit doesn't even run through me. I don't know. It's pause. That one. Okay, I get it. I
Yeah,
start
see
to
what
pick up
I'm
on
saying?
shit. That's so funny.
You know what I'm saying? It's a wide variety. Hey,
See, I just
Lee
don't ever
pauses
think about it,
everything
so
because
that's
he's not
why.
sure. But it's funny
Now
because he
he's
just pauses
thinking about
everything.
it. Now I just know that like he's probably in the aisle at a grocery store and he's thinking out loud to himself and going pause, even in the grocery store when he sees something and makes a comment. Right, Lee?
Wow.
It takes some effort learning this new fangled
I don't know.
Karen
I've been
spout,
saying
whatever
pause
the
since
fuck
like
I'm saying.
2010. So.
Yo, man.
Well,
I
I
say
was in a
so many,
kid
too
in
many whacked out things.
2010,
That's why I
so I'd be
pause every goddamn time
saying
just in
stuff
case.
like that. You weren't a kid either,
Yeah, I was a grown man. I was like
right?
20. I was like 20
That's
something.
that's when
15
you
years ago.
hear all these kids about the games and stuff that they're playing, and then you look back in your life and you're like, man, I remember when like things were DOS and stuff, like floppy disks. Like actually, they were
We
called
used to,
floppy
yeah,
because
for
they
real.
flopped around. Like they weren't even. I don't know, like shit. Technology now and the expectations on it. You almost expect it to do everything for you at this point. If you're a kid, you're like, it's okay. Technology will do it all by the time I'm old enough to care. It's
For real,
crazy.
huh?
Yeah.
I know, like my son, I got him the little meta joints for his birthday. He just be in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Doing all kinds of shit. I'm just watching him play. Like, he's in a whole nother world right now. Like, I mean, because the meta
Yeah.
shit's the fucking glasses. You know what I mean? The whole goggle shit. Motherfuckers in there.
Last time I talked to Guccini in the chat, he was saying that he's got the puppy dad stuff today in
Oh
the
yeah,
morning especially. So he's all right. He's just
yeah.
freaking
He might
being
have had a
father of
late
the
start.
year.
He's a very routine oriented individual. So like, if he might have had a late start, I'm assuming because he's usually up like 4:35 in the morning. If he misses out on that time, everything gets pushed back because he's dealing with he got like 10 puppies. So
As you said, I'm preoccupied.
Yeah, you guys clean up all the messes, the shit that they do, literal shit. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, clean the yard, all this shit. You know what I mean? But you shout out to the fella. You know what I mean?
Minecraft is something that I'm not very. I don't have any personal experience from it, but the idea of it, as soon as I heard about it way back in the day, I loved it back then. Even
Hey,
I was like,
Minecraft is that shit,
bro,
that was the
Minecraft for a
first. That was the
kid.
first game that introduced my oldest daughter, to video games.
Yeah, I'm
It was
saying to
Minecraft
myself,
and Call of
going,
Duty.
if a kid is interested in that, they're actually interested in being creative and engaging into something that's more than just like, okay, straight line, do this mission, and at the end, like good
Yeah,
job.
like
But like in
building
because
entire worlds
that's
and
all it
shit.
is. Yeah, that was crazy. The way that was interpreted to me, and I was like, whoa, let's go, dude. That's a
What tripped me
cool
out,
ass
so like
kid
I
game.
remember the Xbox One came out, and then what I'm saying, they had the Minecraft on that thing. So that was the first console that I copped for my oldest when she was like 5, right? Because she was already playing like on the iPad or whatever. So I got, and getting the Xbox was kind of like an excuse for me having one in the house too. You know what I mean? Because I used to game with her all the time. But anyways, long story longer, I remember tripping out like, yeah, Minecraft. And I'm like, this is Minecraft right here. Just this on purpose pixelated like block shit. And I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? I was thinking about, you know, from my journey with video games, because we grew up in with the joints
The
evolving
progression,
from,
yeah.
from the 8
Evolution, I
bits
like that.
from the 8 bits to the fucking 16 to the
16.
32 to the fucking 64 to the motherfucking you know what it is now. And then I'm like, here we are with the Xbox One at the time, which was the newest console. I think they were only on like the PS4 still. And then so the Xbox One was like the new shit, you know, maybe 2014 or whatever it was. And I'm like, damn, here we are, 2014, and the game that she wants to play is the pixelated look at shit.
That's
I
true.
mean, it's 3D and very interactive and shit like that, but Minecraft is dope.
Yeah, I think that was a shocker to me too, because I always felt when I showed my daughter like hand drawn animation, it got
Yeah.
less attention than the computer graphics, the new stuff. And
Yeah.
and that's how I was like, man, I can't believe she's okay with this, because there's more awesome looking games than that for sure. But when like when somebody explained it to me and what it is, I was like, oh yeah. I wouldn't even understand how you could do it in like a high graphic situation. So
I got more
whatever.
interested.
That sounds pretty cool.
Like as a kid, I was a mix of like, okay, I like all fighting games, right? But then like shit, you know, as the graphics started to get better, they're like, oh, you play this game, the graphics hella sick or whatever. And it's like, but then it was like, oh, is the story good? Because then it was like, if the storylines for the games was good, I didn't give a fuck what game it was, you know what I mean? Or what the graphics was. So, you know, I mean, motherfuckers used to play Dungeons and Dragons, it was just all text, you know what I mean? Like when you had fucking, you know, but you just got a good storyline. It's just, you know, it's meant to captivate you. You know what I mean? So I understood like with the Roblox thing, because it was captivating to build your own world.
Oh,
What was
that's
funny was like
huh.
that was her introduction to like playing online too, right? Because she'd be like, "Oh, can I go online?" So we put it through all the parental shit. You know what I mean? And all the, you know, age restriction shit. So it's like, so now she's playing online. But then, like, you know, you're inviting kids to your world, and then immediately some badass kid going there, starts burning all her shit down. You know, burning all her structures. Ah, she's in there crying, like, oh, what's going on? She's like, oh, this kid is wearing out my house. I'm like, kill him. Like, it's like, you can't do it. Like, we'll boot him out. Like, this is your world. What the fuck? Then she figured out, like, oh, okay, you could turn off certain things. Like, okay, you can turn off the fire so someone just doesn't go in there and start setting fire to all your shit. You know what I mean? Or you can turn off people's ability to, accessibility to build shit or whatever, and you know, you can make it just a world they can visit versus like a world they can go in there and just fuck your shit up, because you know she didn't know that yet. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know, I remember being mad as fuck too. Like, what? You know, it's a hell of a time to build a shit. How much did he burn down? Oh, the whole city. Like, what? They went on a rampage. Badass kids. You would assume it's a kid. Even worse, you know what I mean? We've covered some stories on the OJ where because my kids, they got into Roblox. Like this, so my oldest was into the Minecraft, so was my second oldest, but then my second oldest, she kind of ushered in the Roblox era. And then, like, you know, even Mimi gets down. She got her own little character in there. She's doing dialogue, playing and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess the closest thing I can think of that I remember being a thing was the roller coaster tycoon, where you could be building your own amusement park, and then there was like
what was that, the PS2?
an extreme. There was a play.
The PlayStation 1, huh?
Yeah, There's an old school style graphics, like not far off from Minecraft in reality, but like on a scale where there's an artist, they draw something and they shrink it. You know.
Oh, guys, there's some breaking news for you. The NFLPA interim executive director, David White, told reporters today that the union has no appetite for an 18th regular season game.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, they're probably like, and get rid of more preseason games. Top of it.
Think about this. As the cap goes up, you'd probably expand your team too, right? You'd probably make it to where it's like, okay, now we're going to 60 instead of 53, right? So now you have the 7 extra players that you could house and pay, right? Because if you had an 18-week season eventually, this is very grueling, right? Adding one more week, But then also you're adding an extra 2 weeks of football because you're gonna have 2 bye weeks now. So now management of the players is the thing. So I feel like that would be in order next after they, if and when they do an 18-week, you expand the rosters too.
Yeah. That's for sure.
And they should put me on the. I should be right there next to Goodell. Me and Bones.
Were you surprised when they voted him or extended him or whatever?
I think he's done a great job.
Yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to be kind of like a villain in a sense, probably.
Yeah,
Then
we
like
boo him.
a hoorah, like, yeah, Commissioner, you're the awesomest
They
guy.
just come out and start booing him out, no matter what city.
Yeah,
Boo!
they need to. Ooh, it's a Vince McMahon. Like, what is it? What kind of influence does he have? He's not. I shouldn't. He doesn't even have Vince McMahon influence for sure.
You know what? I've never really
I
sat
don't know
through
what the
one
fuck
of
they do.
I don't think I've ever sat through an entire NFL honors. I wonder if he opens it up because, like, do they boo him? You know what I mean? Do the people in the tent, like, and all the you know what I mean? Like, it's gotta be a thing. You gotta boo him if I'm in the bank and I see him, I'm just gonna start booing. I'll probably never see him in the bank though. He probably owns a bank.
Yeah.
He probably does wire he does all this shit. He does online banking.
I'm telling
But if I
you,
saw him in the bank or the grocery store, or like just high hopping, we're sharing the Uber XL, right? I just boo him.
it's automated. It follows them, regardless of scenario. They're not missing out on it. They're capitalizing
He
on
pulls
it.
up in the drive-through. He's about to order
They're
his
like,
food. They
we
just
gotta
start
keep
booing him
this
through the thing.
gig
Can I
up
take your order?
as
Yeah.
long as we can.
Boo.
So the only teams without an OC is the Jets, Cardinals, Raiders, Steelers, Bears, Rams, and Seahawks.
Oh, I thought you said something about.
Yeah, but they haven't announced it yet. But those are the teams that are vacant that haven't, been finalized. But
Haven't announced it yet.
yeah,
whatever.
I know the Jets thing is like Frank Reich would be a great hire because it's probably tough for the Jets to be a draw for any upcoming coach because they don't want to be like, okay, let me go take my chances with the Jets and because if it goes wrong, then they kind of fuck their chances of being in a head coaching conversation, right? But Frank Reich, he's a great retread, you know what I'm saying, as far as just someone who, you know what I mean? Because he hasn't been in the mix for a minute, you know what I mean? Like
My reaction
since Carolina fired him.
All right, well, I guess we're rolling with the program. I don't think we're planning on winning anytime soon right now. This might be just a Band-Aid.
You get a Frank Reich. We love Breece Hall. Frank Reich's gonna run. He's gonna run predominantly one running back, and if it's Breece Hall there, we're gonna love it. You know what I mean? Like,
not to run away from the idea of him doing a good job and seeing a rebuild or whatever, but if that even becomes a thing, then he's probably already going to go back out there and become a head coach somewhere.
I mean, I think that's a guy who's never going to get another head coaching gig.
Shout out the Crooked Commission, the Chicago Clubhouse.
There's too many young and upcoming guys that have been making a name. Where like Mike McCarthy. Like Mike McCarthy getting the gig with the Steelers is because the Steelers are way too old school minded for anything to be like, let's go take a chance with a young guy. They're just going to bring in the best retread available, the most winningest coach in one of the most winningest coaches when he was with the Cowboys. So that made sense to me, even though it's like, meh, like they're just going to be mediocre again. You know what I
mean? Yeah. Senior advisor with the Cardinals. He might like retirement. I can imagine a lot of golf involved in that role.
Mike Tomlin?
No. Frank Wright. Senior advisor of the Stanford Cardinals. I'm like, oh, nice. That's a golfing job. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. So that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, he just goes around playing golf. That's nice.
Busy. Yeah, see, you like him already. Look at that.
There you go. Well,
Wonder-
when you make it to the NFL, I think it's like one of those. Okay, if you have never played golf before, get ready because you're going golfing today. It's something that everybody gets to experience in the NFL. I'm sure they get dragged out and they take over a golf course for like some random Wednesday in the summer or spring, I should say. And um, yeah, it's a fun thing to get interested in for sure, and it keeps you into I guess they test your mental, that's for sure.
Shout out the Crooked Commission, the Chicago Clubhouse.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the crook, man.
Thanks for tuning in.
So yeah,
Yeah.
high golf.
I'm just good at it.
You yeah, just not good at it. It's okay. I mean, it takes a lot of practice. I think that's really what the problem is that you have to learn how to hit all those different shots because no lie is the same, and you have to experience long rough and a tree in front of you and a bush and all that stuff. So yeah, if you hit it down the middle, it's nice because it's so rare. It's a hard game, so you have to experience all the crap that goes along with that silly game. It's not a sport, it's a game. All the best golfers probably would agree with me too. 4 days in a row, yeah, it's not easy, but if you're fortunate enough,
I mean, Tiger Woods. Tiger
you
Woods.
can
You
achieve
can't now
that.
call them athletes.
I see plenty of
I guess you can.
retirees going out for 4 days a
Macking
week in
around.
Southern California. Yeah, so no big thing. It's not that strenuous. You do it
I
all the
know.
time. It's just like any other job, I guess.
I mean, it's like the coolest sport though, because you could drink while you play.
Yeah, it's like bowling in that aspect. It's one of
Yeah,
the only activities you could do and really do the curriculars at the same time.
that's a fact. Faded. I do all my best bowling faded.
I I swear the very first time I did it faded, I ended up bowling more than 200 for the first time and the only time in
Come
my
on.
life. And I was just
Oh, that was
feel
recently, huh?
no, this was when I turned
Oh,
21.
okay. Oh shit,
So
let's
my
go.
very first time I was drunk and bowled. And I'm talking about drunk because we were putting down pitches at this point, and uh, the first few games I didn't, do very well, but later on I got to a point where, what? I had
Eye of the
success on one
tiger.
shot. All it took was that first domino, and I was like, oh shit, there it is. And I swear I was just doing the same thing over, and it was the lane, and I learned that lanes have characters and they have oil patterns and they have all these individual characteristics, and I just I just knew that I found out like the cheat code on that lane, and I hit that same spot over and over and over again, and I was getting
Oh,
strikes like a motherfucker, and
he
it
found
was
that
fun.
grease lick.
Yeah, I fouled a couple times, but we don't count those, right? I mean, it's like, give me a break. I ain't gonna freaking count a foul. That shit is a legit strike, even if I step on that line. That
Yeah,
ain't no thing in my world. I'm not a professional, so I
yeah,
can count that shit.
yeah. We chunk. Hey, I be throwing that bitch halfway across the lane back in my heyday.
I've heard all
Going
sorts of
down,
stories about.
underhand,
Hey, Bogey,
granny
I
shot.
don't know if I announced it to everybody, but I did find a place, and there's a characteristic about this place uh, that I individually really liked. It is like a freaking $3 Uber ride to the bowling alley.
Oh, nice.
Bro, I'm spending so much time at the bowling alley soon. I'm gonna
I'm kind
finally
of
get
down.
I'm gonna finally be able to knock some things down that I wanted to get technique wise, but uh, Yeah, me and my girl, we're gonna be playing some games and uh
Oh
spending
yeah,
some
she
time
gets
because
down.
this one it's got the legit bar. They got all the they got basically they only got Patron, but that's all I need. That's my favorite.
Come on,
And they got
you ain't
all
lying. I still love Patron.
they got at least like 3 or 4 options on everything else. So you could get an actual well mixed drink there. And with that being so close for the Uber, I'm stoked, bro. Because I know I had this experience, so it hits me. I'm like, man, maybe I just need to get really turned to be able to actually play well.
Come on.
Because it when I did that when I was 21, I was on base. So the base had a bowling alley, Travis Air Force Base, nice full size bowling alley, and
Ty,
like
I be in
full
that thing gambling with the homies. Like, look,
uh
everybody put up $10.
yeah, they had a smokers pit even,
Oh, Ty.
that's going back. So to that point where like they even we didn't even have
Still
to go
indoor
outside to
smoking.
smoke. They had that little shack like they have in
Yeah, they
Vegas
had the little
or
suction
whatever.
thing.
So we'd be sitting in I don't even think it had ventilation. It was just like a
Oh,
old
really?
rickety, yeah, old school style. So
Let's go.
smelling up the place, right?
Like,
And
there's vents somewhere.
somewhere in there, but I don't know. Nobody cared. It was the Air Force. Everybody smokes in the military, I think.
Part of
Uh,
it.
yeah, that's part of the initiation. Is like, okay, by the way, you're gonna get some sort of nicotine. Do you like dipping or do you like smoking? You're like, what? You have 2 choices, son. Oh, but I don't want. No, that's not an option. I said 2 choices, not that one. No, I'm kidding.
It's
Nobody
like the
forces anybody
non-smoking.
to do anything as evil as tobacco, nicotine, and all that stuff. I quit it, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed it for a long time. I felt it was something that I enjoy, so I did it.
I definitely quit it myself, but
Yeah, I didn't look at it
I,
as something that controlled my life. I eventually said, well, I don't want to do this anymore, and I just stopped. I was forced to do it.
here was my thing: is I smoked from I smoked from like I smoked daily from like 15 till I was like 28. And I was like, because I remember telling myself, I don't want to get to 30, and I've been smoking half my life, right? So I stopped smoking, and I didn't smoke for 8 years, right? Any cigarettes. And then but at this point, I'm already a season ticket holder. So like my man's, he didn't smoke tree, he smoked cigarettes, and we would get turned at every game. And every now and then, I started being like, "Oh, I'm disciplined. I can have like a secret smoke." You feel me?
Hmm.
So, and then he was like, and it was just that sweet menthol. You know what I mean? But then once they shut down for COVID, I
Yeah.
remember just being in one of them liquor stores, and I was like, you know what? Let me get a pack of Newport. And I was back for like 2 years, which was 2 years ago or 3 years ago, 4 years ago now. So it's been that long. And here and there, I've had a smoke. Like actually, I remember exactly when the last 2 Vegas trips. I was like, here, let me have one. I smoked like half it. It's just grass. It's just
There,
garbage.
that was my first question I was gonna ask you was, okay, did you enjoy it? And the fact that you said,
Yeah,
oh
it
man,
was
it
trash.
was actually trash and felt bad.
You're just
That
like,
that was my
ah,
experience too. Because
yeah,
I'd be really, really drunk and going, man, that cigarette, whatever. And like I would grab it and I would light it up. I would take 2, 3 drags at most and just be like, ah damn. And then all I could do is reminisce on how I used to enjoy smoking and how I can't believe that I used to enjoy it as much as I used to. You know?
I mean, it's really being addicted to something. Like,
Yeah,
what's tight?
exactly.
Shout out to our man Dennis. I remember because when I first met Dennis, I this was like I was like maybe on year 2 of smoking again. You know what I mean? And like I wasn't smoking like I used to smoke. I would buy a packet last me like 3 4 days. You know what I mean? But I was still having a cigarette here and there. And then I tell he's like, I was talking. I was like, hey, I'm gonna quit cigarettes again. He's like, fuck it, I'll do it too. He quit too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then he said since then, which is now a few years now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Actually, it's been like 3 years now, I think. But he's had one or two here and there. He said, You know, after like a full year being like, just because even in front of me, in front of him, a couple years ago in Vegas, he's like, "Hey, you're smoking a cigarette?" I was like, "It's a menthol. They're extinct right now. I just wanted to have one." But it was ass though. And then last year, I forget who had one, but it was a non-menthol. I lit it up. I was like, "Wow, that's good. Shit's gross."
Yeah, especially when you're smoking the herb, because I mean, there's so much to like about that. Then
Yeah.
you get the tobacco, you're like, whoa, what's the appeal of that? That don't make
But
no
see, but
sense.
this is the thing. This is why I like smoking backwoods too, though, because backwoods are like nicotine enriched. You know what I mean? It's like woo.
Oh, okay,
You know what I
so
mean?
the effect hits a little bit different.
Yeah, but it's also
But it doesn't
quote
taste like a
unquote
cigarette.
natural leaf. That's what they've advertised it as. So I don't know how true that is, but
And,
it's natural tobacco
I
versus
never,
like
I never felt like I
cigarettes.
was smoking a cigarette when you have a backwood.
Backwood.
It's,
Yeah,
you know,
super
it might
nicotine.
be, yeah, it
I
might
mean,
have,
nicotine's in the tobacco. You know what I mean?
but the actual cigarette itself has so many other chemicals that make it taste a certain way and be,
Yeah, that's a fact.
whatever. Shit, that taste to me is repulsive now after all
Yeah.
these years of not doing it on the daily
Like
basis.
I remember like when I first stopped smoking cigarettes, right? First of all, everybody and their mama around me smoked cigarettes, even my pops. So
Yep,
I first
hundred
started smoking
percent. That's
cigarettes,
just the way it
and
was when they grew up, and they
yeah,
rolled right into it, and then we did too. And we are like,
exactly.
some of
I
the
was like I
first
said, I was
ones to
smoking.
just be like, I don't know, but
I I was already having like
it's
cigarettes
hard.
here and there, but by the time I was
Definitely
15,
hard
I
to
was
quit.
smoking daily because we had the liquor store. That now this motherfucker started selling it to me. You know what I mean? For the last, well, first we was just buying blunts and shit. You know what I mean? But then now, like, oh, I'm smoking cigarettes. Like, fuck, I'm gonna buy a pack of Newports. And I remember too back in the days, Newports was the expensive ones. It was like $3.75 or something like that. Sometimes it'd be like $4. Then it jumped all the way up to like $5. Man, the last time I was a smoker, them motherfuckers was like $13, $14 or something. But that's in Cali. I remember the first time I ever went to New York back in 2010. So boom, I'm over here fucking around
Oh
in New
yeah,
York. I'm like, let me go buy some Newports. Them bitches was $12 back then. And I was like, oh, okay, New York don't play because they got, the different tax on the tobaccos. You know what I mean? Different states, different taxes. You feel me?
kind of like how gasoline is right now with the rest of the
Yeah.
world, where they're like, ha, United States, you're complaining about gas. I mean, you should come over here and check it out because this
And
shit's been
that's why we
fucked up
went into
over there forever.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
They're like, ha ha,
Uh,
Venezuela, give
I
me
think
all your
that
gas,
I think
your crude
that
oil.
oil, they say that thick oil like that is useful in other areas, but very useful. It takes
The crude oil.
yeah, gasoline, uh petrol is like some of the actual easiest to extract types of natural gas, that crude oil type of stuff that we could do. We could easily make gasoline with the trash of the oil. Like there's I guess I shouldn't say trash, but there's a certain quality to oil and a like in the general, that's why gasoline, when you compare it, because in maintenance, I tell you, there's some stuff that gasoline's good for, and it's not just making engines operate. It has some other practical uses, and it's surprising how much cheaper gasoline is to some other chemicals.
Gasoline.
Yeah, that shit is really, when you break it down to the science of it, it doesn't really take much to create it. The mass production that we are capable to do is impressive, but because of the fact, that's
Okay.
why we that's why we have some cities in the United States that are able to have $2 gas or even a dollar some odd cents gas right now, because
This is
those companies,
incredible.
yeah, they found a spot and they're like, oh shit, let's acquire that, and it's easily transportable, and um, yeah, like I said, it's fairly um, practical to make. Doesn't take a lot of effort. Takes probably more effort collecting the crude than definitely refining it. It's dangerous in the refineries, don't get me wrong, but It's controlled.
But
Whereas
that's why we have Elon's robot.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes' father was just arrested again.
what?
For what? Alcohol again.
Oh wow. Well,
I
he
mean,
thinks he can just get
probably
away
got
with
some.
it.
He has a real
He has a
problem. You know what I
complex.
mean?
Violation
I'm
of
not gonna laugh at
probation.
dude. I'm not gonna laugh at dudes getting arrested.
He has a complex. He thinks he can get away with it, and he's not
Yeah,
harming nobody. Did he do anything outside of
it's
being
like
public
Patrick
intoxication?
Mahomes. I mean, I wonder, behind the scenes, if he's like, if it's the thing where he's just like, look, Dad, I've been trying to tell you, you know what I mean? Like, I can get you a driver, I can get you, you know what I mean? Because that's always been his thing, is getting the DUIs, you know what I mean?
I got a
I don't know
DUI
what
again.
this case is this time, but I do know they took his license away.
He was
and all
on
that shit.
probation. It said. That's what it said.
So he violated.
Yeah,
Shit,
he
yeah.
probably be doing.
He probably not supposed to be drinking.
Mm-mm.
That would be a shame if he was drinking and driving. If he's on probation and he got caught driving and he wasn't drunk, then damn, that sucks.
My uncle
But
used to always tell me like
if
this.
he
Shout out to my
got
uncle.
caught drunk driving and he was on probation, that's a real bad.
My
That's a
uncle
real
Pete,
bad
he's the one that lives in Vegas. He always says like this. He says, hey guys, like whenever when we was youngsters and we were leaving and shit, like leaving the party or something. He's like, guys, don't drink and drive. He'd be like, yeah, for sure, uncle. No. You'll spill it. That was his whole
Yeah.
thing. Don't drink and drive because you'll spill it. I'm like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, lots of stories from my mom.
Because they're from the air. They just drive with the drink. It's just open.
It wasn't illegal. That's what it was, because there wasn't it wasn't like a DWI or like anything or something. It was like literally you were drunk because you were drunk and then you should be driving. But if you were drinking and you weren't drunk, then it's okay to be driving. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So when you get pulled
in
over
that instance,
and
they
you're
pulled
like,
you over. You weren't drunk. You were drinking, but you
and
weren't
you're
drunk.
like,
Listen, I have open
that
bottle
in
of
your
vodka.
center
I just got
console.
started though.
This is his
Six-pack
fourth
of
DUI
Budweiser.
arrest.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that wouldn't really get you not too hammered. You don't got no whiskey in there, do you? That was like probably the cop interaction for a lot of people back in the day. It's like, you been drinking any whiskey? Nah, just a Coors Light. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and get on then.
Yeah, small town shit. My dad used to always
No,
tell.
even in Cali.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was about to say, like, so, you know Tracy, right? Tracy's a very small town no one really knows about, right? And
Yeah.
so for 2 years we lived in Tracy, and it was all new shit. You know what I'm saying? It was my parents' first house they ever owned because we always rented shit. Anyways, so I would kick it with the neighbor's kid, and the neighbor he would kick with my dad. Dennis McMahon was his name, right? This fool. Check this out. He had something to do with Yamaha, the motifs and all that shit. Like, cause he had all these joints in his. He had like a little workshop in his house and all these keyboards and shit. And he was like, "Don't fuck with any of my shit in my shop." Anyways, him and my dad would get hella faded, and they would just like he said. And my dad would be like, "Yeah, that guy Dennis, he was crazy, man. He would drive, like how they do in Texas. They go back and forth like in the road. He would just be doing that because there's no one out there for longest. Like when we first moved out there, it's all new shit being built, and then they get pulled over by like the sheriff, and the sheriff would just be like, "Oh, Dennis, again," you know what I mean? Because Dennis is wild. He's drinking, driving around the town, getting into stupid shit. And they just be like, "We're gonna follow you home." You know what I mean?
That's what
Like,
Peacock said.
this is
too.
like the early.
His
This is like the
dad
early
was-
'90s. It's like 1990,
Sheesh.
1991.
Yeah.
I lived there.
There you go, Peacock. Your dad was doing that in the 70s and shit. It lasted all the way to the 90s, I guess, in Texas. Some parts, anyways. But that just shows you the dedication and the service that the police used to do for us citizens. Now it's all about making a payday off of your freaking infraction. No, I'm just kidding, folks. Drunk driving is.
I mean,
very
depends on what time of month though. At the end of the month, they pulling you over for everything.
Sure. Yeah, they do kind of appear out of the thick of it for whatever reason to hit that quota, but they'll never admit it. They don't. They can't do that, so they don't do it. That's what they say, right?
I mean, you know how fast you're driving. If they choose to be honest, you go, oh shit, okay, yeah, you were going 90. Well, I mean, at the
Yeah.
same time too, they are clocking. Yeah, because you know,
Yeah.
there. I mean, I would
They
imagine
are.
there's some HPs that might be like, well, he's going 70, but everyone else around him is like, where you can just zero in on this one guy. You know what I mean?
They'll do
Because
something. I
technically,
mean,
he's going over speed limit.
I don't know if it was misfortune or whatever, but I think it was like around COVID or something. And I freaking was a little bit, shit, I ain't gonna fucking pay my goddamn registration. California registration is a bullshit, if you
Bullshit.
ask me. But anyways, there was one year it was kind of
It's like
rough, and I'm like,
it's kind
fuck
of
that
rough.
motherfucker. I ain't gonna give him hella money for what? They don't take care of the road. I don't get nothing out of it in my eyes. I'm like, I don't see the fucking changes in my neighborhood. My roads are all fucked up. Uh, so
Facts.
um, the uh
It is cool living in a new area
the cop
where I'm
pulls
at
me
because
over and
everything's
he's like, "Where you
roads are
going?"
cool.
Because it's early in the morning. I'm a tradesman, so I have to be to work before 5. And I'm like driving around. This guy sees my expired tags and actually pulls me over. I'm like, man, I thought you guys don't fuck with people until it's like 3 months later or something. In my head, I didn't say shit. I was like, okay, officer, I had this stuff. It's
Yeah.
not my first time getting pulled over, so I just kind of go over there. And now I think about it as like he I score off, but it's a sad reality. But that motion for some individuals has gotten them killed,
Yeah,
reaching
that's
in
a
the
fact.
glove box without the officer telling them to, and all that stupid bullshit that the officer thinks he's just like some power hungry, whatever the fuck, right? And then
Yeah.
I was doing that because shit, I knew that's what the guy was gonna want, so I was getting it all ready. Looking back at it, shit, he, he knew who I was and didn't feel threatened, I guess.
You know, it's I guess when you look at it from the other side, they don't know. It could be anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All the stories that we hear, it goes both ways too. You know what I mean? Maybe motherfuckers could be scared. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, it is, it's the new lynching. It's you know what I'm saying? Because this shit gets broadcasted when you see the motherfuckers get slayed when they shooting kids and even the ICE shit that's going on right now. This shit crazy. Like I'm like, whoa, like you know what I mean? This is America actually,
hmm
where all this shit happens, and like it's kind of always been that way, just in the day and age of technology too. Like I remember Trayvon Martin. I think that was like 2012 or 13 or whatever it was. And I remember that shit being like a trip. Like, oh shit, killed that kid for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? But then it was not the first time you hear that shit. It was just that one went like super viral, and then it became so much so that like the greater general population is almost desensitized to that type of shit. I mean, that's what the whole Kaepernick's whole thing was about, like taking a stance against police brutality specifically, and then they said, "Oh, it's the military shit," and they said, "Oh, he's disrespecting the military," and it's the stance against. They're just convoluting his whole message, and he kind of just let people run with it because he was just like, "Listen, this is what it stands for, and take it or leave it." You know what I mean? So shout out to Cap, because like I've actually met Cap in real life at an ice cream store in Santana Row. For those who don't know, Santana Row is like super high end. They got Gucci and all that shit, Louis, and they had a ice cream store in that motherfucker. And he was in there. And all the people were trying to ask him for autographs and shit. He was just being hella mean to people. So I didn't even bother to like try to. So I don't want to say I met him, but we saw him in real life. How about that? Like close to personal. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, he's being a dickhead to kids and shit. But I would imagine he's being bothered. And he's just like, I'm just trying to get my ice cream, get the fuck up out of here, or he's getting like a shake or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like, I was like, yo, that's not like. But then, and this was Cap, and the Super Bowl loss era and all that shit. But then he got with his girl now. It's been for a long time. I don't know if they're married or not, and she kind of was like, you know what I mean? She was like, look, you gotta know your history for real. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker started taking classes at Berkeley and all this shit. And then like, you know what I'm saying? Just, he just kind of opened his eyes like, oh shit. for him, it's a unique dynamic for Kaepernick because he's half black, half white, and he was adopted by a white family. You know what I mean? He grew up in Wisconsin, in a predominantly white area. You know what I mean? So he was kind of like you know what I mean? He actually did a Netflix little series. It's kind of comedic, but you know, or it is comedic, but it's based on his life. You know, what I mean, the kid that plays him hella looks like him too, but like
Yeah.
of him just as a teenager growing up and playing baseball and football and trying to get a scholarship, and you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and going to like he's dating a black girl and then going to dinner at their house and he's like, dude, they cook so good. Like he was just like grubbing so hard. That scene was hella funny though, because like he's with he's meeting the girlfriend's family. They're a nice black family. He's sitting there just grubbing. There's a whole spread. He's just gomping. He's just like, oh my god.
Right.
And then he does like narration. He's just
I think it was like shortly after he got his braids.
yeah, he started banging his hair out. You know what I mean? Like he looked like he looked like a black dude from the 70s. Now he got the afro with the big old sideburns and shit.
Yeah, I remember that. That was what'd you call it? I got shit.
Kind of had an
Most
awakening.
of that stuff is kind of corny, like the way that it's produced, but the story overall, I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was a good story, and what it represented. It wasn't bad. I liked it. Shout out to that team and producing something that actually is interesting and really out of the last 20 years, maybe 25 years, Kaepernick had one of the biggest stories. Therefore, he's pretty interesting. He's still talked about every season. I feel like somebody comes out of the woods and says, "Hey, what about Kaepernick?" And you're like, "Oh," and everybody wants to stand up for him and says, "Yeah, you should have a shot somewhere to at least try out." But he doesn't ever get that shot. It's too late at this point. You don't ever expect him to get his shot at this stage of his career. I don't know, how old is he? let's do the same old story. What about Cap? Looks like 1987, so he's 39 years old this year.
Who's that, Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw, not saying that I don't know, Rivers ain't that great, but neither is Cap, and I don't think Kaepernick's as good as Rivers, but we saw Rivers come back at the ripe age of 44 out of nowhere.
My bad. I think I called it a docu-series. Yeah, it's like a fucking live scripted joint.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty good.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was entertaining and corny. I think that's a true
The comedic,
statement, but
corny. Yeah.
yeah. But
I'm mad they didn't have his turtle in there, because like in real life, with that family, they had like this giant turtle, like a giant desert turtle, as a pet. I don't know if it's a desert turtle, but like a giant tortoise. I'm talking about like big as fuck. Like they have pictures of him like just sitting on it as a kid, and this motherfucker was in the family for hella years. Like hella years. Like I think it was like 7
it'll
years.
outlive everybody. All the
Yeah,
humans
hell yeah.
have no
Them
chance
motherfuckers will
against the
live.
tortoise.
They're actual dinosaurs. Those
The
motherfuckers will
tortoise
live.
knows the great. You're like, hey, back in the day, if AI is as adapting as we anticipate it being, then it'll make the turtle's thoughts come out. That'd be interesting to hear the turtle's perspective. Like, yeah,
know, right?
I knew your great grandpappy.
Back in my day.
Right? There's some other animals that live long, but the tortoise definitely land-wise. I don't know. He
What
might
about
have it.
dolphins? I feel like
I'm
a
not
dolphin
sure.
will live for a cool minute. I feel like a dolphin and a blue whale, like the giant whales, the blue ones.
Exactly, yeah. If you the
Because
blue
ain't nobody
whales,
fucking with them.
right? And you got to. I know that they're born big, but to become the largest animal that ever was, shit, it's got to take some time, right? I guess as
And
much time,
yeah, because it's not
as
like
much
sharks
time
are
as
like.
best. No,
It's not like you got like sharks that are like, like they roll in like gangs, like, all right, all 50 of us, we gonna eat good. Like, what we gonna do? A job blue whale. Trust me.
yeah. I agree. That's why we were hunting the mammoths too, right? We were trying to
Like,
basically
listen, that man,
stab their
and we're gonna have
jugular.
fur coats. We're gonna have fur coats, all kind of fucking mammoth tusk spears and shit. You know what I mean? And we got food for like a whole fucking half year.
That's right.
You know what I
So
mean?
we'll go on that 2 month journey for it, and we'll lose 4 or 5 members of the
Yep.
tribe.
You know that's
but
what
yeah,
that's how I used to sell people on ketosis. When I'd be like, "You ever heard of a ketogenic diet?" And they'd be like, "Oh, what's that?" I'd be like, "Well, like it's like because back in the days we only ate high protein stuff and shit with good fats. So like you know what I mean, like we weren't we didn't eat carbohydrates like that yet. You know what I mean? So it was like so I was like man when you're in ketosis you got hella energy because you're burning. You're getting your energy from burning whatever fats you got. You know what I mean? So it's like so I used to tell people. So imagine like us, we're all it's like me. So all the GWN guys, right? Boom, we got fucking loincloths and shit. We got our spears, and we got this motherfucking this mammoth. You know what I mean? And we're just fucking shanking it up. You know what I mean? And, maybe in the process, Lee gets stomped on. Boom, and they go, "Oh no, we lost Lee." You know what I mean? And then it scampers off, and we're following the blood trail, and it's like weeks of this. We're just, you know what I mean, tracking it because we know it's weak now. You know what I mean? Because we already shanked him up a couple times, and then we finally get his ass for the final kill. And by then, you might have lost half the tribe.
Hey, you ever hear of a show called Primal? It's an anime. It's
Uh,
a it's like I just found out about it, but it's on its third season, and they're in the middle of the releasing episodes for the season right now. But it's about a caveman that walked with the dinosaurs like that far back, and
cool.
and and yeah, it goes through all sorts of like epic hardcore like shit that would have
I think
happened to
Peacock
him.
told
And
me about this before.
oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. It's very it's I don't know how to describe the animation, how to compare it to
Well,
something,
what is
but
this
it's not
on?
it fuck, it's a good question. I have this set up with my internet provider
Xbox.
that they just let me have everything. So it's on
Cool.
HBO, maybe
I got all of them pretty
Paramount,
much.
but I think
Oh,
yeah, I
except
think
for
it would be on
Paramount.
HBO. If I'm
I
it's
got
Adult
HBO,
Swim.
Hulu,
So whoever has
fucking
the rights to
Netflix.
Adult Swim, I think, is the one that shows it.
Okay, so that would be Paramount because they own they're the Cartoon Network and the
Okay,
Nickelodeon and all. Yeah.
okay.
I'm
It's pretty dope actually. Yeah. It
cool.
like yeah. The first episode,
I'm like,
it should grab you by the first like scene or two in the first episode. That's how cool it was. I was like, man, how come I didn't know about it? And it's a series, and I learned that it actually takes maybe like 2 or 3 years to create every season. So that's why it
okay.
originally came out in 2018 or something like that. They're only on the third season.
Is bruh like a does he talk at all? Or is he just
No,
grunt
he's
and
a
shit?
fucking yeah, he's a grunter for sure. Yeah, exactly. And then anytime he's talking to an animal, it's like that.
But you know what they say? They say that okay, this and mind you, this is if you want to ask who they is, this is Thoth. He says we're the seventh iteration of humans. Right? We're the seventh version, right? So and at one point, like when you had like when they said the Neanderthal versus Cro-Magnon like era, whatever, they said the motherfuckers had what is it called? What was the eyes where like the feline has where you can see at night and dogs have it too?
uh,
They said they had that.
go-
and they had
I don't
bigger canine teeth incisors. You know what I mean? And you had freaking a telepathic ability. They even theorized that it could be like hive mind shit. You know what I mean? But this is you know what I mean. So maybe motherfuckers could have been talking to the animals in that shit you're watching. You know what I mean?
like the yeah, like that type of body language they call it. No, I don't. Yeah, no, it's definitely a fantasy.
Yeah.
This guy is not a Cro-Magnon man. Cro-Magnon, by the way, that's just the position of the spine and skull
Because it just
connection.
walk upright.
So exactly, and so like the Cro-Magnon man, basically that's just saying when we evolved and started really having that upright, we want to swivel our head
And
upright
that's
rather than like
Neanderthal.
uh nah.
Not yet.
And Neanderthal really isn't that old. So we're talking probably like millions and millions of years ago is when Cro-Magnon started appearing on the skull. Uh, it's been a minute, yeah. So hominins, we've been walking upright as hominins for 2.6 million years or something like that. Absolutely, yeah, been a long time.
Yes. For millions of years, we have roamed the earth. On to.
Yeah. The cladogram shows that it was 20.4 million years ago. So
Is that what that's called? The platogram when they're walking like this? And then like
yeah, so the
and
hominid basically when you look at the we'll call it like the evolutionary tree for this particular species. So it goes back 20.4 million years for the most common ancestor. So that's the evolutionary change. So when we see fossils transitioning completely over to a Cro-Magnon style, or at least at the very beginning, a hominoid should mean that it walks upright on two, and that was 20.4 million years. That
we've been
that
doing this for that long.
the fact the other aspect of evolution that we're talking about, that might have been much earlier or later. I'm not too sure. So let me see.
According to those.
Cro-Magnon position shows up. And I actually had a moment in my youth that when I was like watching Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones and started learning about prehistoric man, I started to become like pretty interested in it, and the geek side of me wanted to be a paleontologist, but I never took any formal education. This is all just
just wanted to dig some shit up and find some shit.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. Metaphorically, we dig things and go down rabbit holes, but it's just we're online. We're digging.
I'm still I don't know how to type it right. So that's my problem. So that is as early as Homo sapiens. That's not very long ago. That's us. So
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because versions of us go back like a couple 100,000 years. They found
210,000.
210. Yeah, see a couple.
Those are some of the earliest tools that we see next to bodies. That
you know what they found a lot? They would find cavemen like frozen, like intact, and they had these motherfucking like these giant mushrooms, and then they would hollow them out, and then like because this mushroom after your heart is, you could use some of the you could light shit in this mushroom, like this fucking, so like a torch. So they would carry this shit with them. That's some fucking ingenuity. You know what I mean? And some know-how. You know what I mean? And they would have however means of starting the fire, but then they would boom, put the fire in this motherfucker, and then boom, God. You know what I mean? But yeah, and that was only a couple. So the dinosaur shit, obviously, like you said, is fantasy, but it's supposed to be obviously dinosaurs are millions of years ago.
Correct. Yeah. So we're talking actual cavemen. So yeah, cavemen were around, but we wouldn't actually consider them like us. That's not us, so to say. That was just another hominin that lived much earlier than the Homo sapiens.
Just didn't survive.
They didn't survive. Yeah. And the natural selection, the positive selection, or whatever you want to call it, and then actual fucking war, I'm sure.
War on the dinosaurs. Ooh, so does he kill?
We're still known to go about our business, conquering, the planet. I think. I think
in that joint you're watching, does he find a woman? Does he find like a woman caveman?
Oh, in the beginning, that's so. If do you care if I tell you the first episode a little bit of the? So in the beginning, you get introduced to the main character, and he's running around. He's trying not to get ate up by the dinosaurs because they're trying to kill him. He has fish. He caught a bunch of fish for his family. He's almost home, and he hears his woman going, and he runs. He drops his fish, runs over, and then there's some like dinosaurs like going through his whatever, and then they eat his wife and children.
Oh no. Damn.
Right there in like the first, like, I don't know, 3 minutes.
Dang.
And then he's like running around, trying to survive because he's not giving up just because of that, So the world's crazy. He has to move on, and then he sees a dinosaur, and then it has babies, and then these dinosaurs that killed his family come and try and fuck with these dinosaurs, and they eat the babies of that mama's,
shit.
And then the mama, she gets fucked up, but they leave her be. They don't kill her, and they team up, and they go and they hunt those dinosaurs and kill them, and then they just go on a journey for the rest of the season.
The dinosaurs that he teamed up with, I would imagine they're herbivores.
They portray it just like how reality would have been, minus the idea that this fucking guy was running around with dinosaurs.
Yeah, no, but the ones he teamed up with, they weren't meat eaters, I would imagine, because they weren't trying to eat him.
Oh no, they definitely were meat eaters. It's
funny shit. He's like, listen, I know, actually, I look like tasty
I left
food
out
for
some
you.
Parts, but they're not really relevant. In the beginning, he saw those dinosaurs, and he had some like crazy, I need to kill these dinosaurs because I hate dinosaurs now moment. And just before he was gonna go over there and mollywop them, the ones that actually fucked up his family fuck with them. And then he goes, oh shit, and he feels sorry because she got her babies eaten or whatever, and then
he identified with her.
Yeah, and he actually helped. So that dinosaur had like now I have the loyal bond, and couldn't move on without him, and stuck to the side until tragically, as everything does, everything must die.
Yeah, I was about to say, the mama dinosaur didn't last too long, did she?
Like straight out of the straight out of the gate, they're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead.
No one's safe.
Give you, we're gonna give you the premise.
Well, that's why it's called primal, right? I mean, your primal instinct is like kill or be killed, eat or be eaten.
This is like, when the Earth is. This is the reason why 99.9% of all life has gone extinct.
In a time when Mother Earth really meant business.
Yeah, Mother Earth will carry on. She don't
Primal
care who's
season
on
1
on the surface, but those times, yes.
65 million years ago,
You had a lot of
dinosaurs were not playing.
not at all. Yeah, shit. I guess there were plenty of opportunities for dinosaurs to be macking on. That's how, because that's where we get our oil, right? That's what they say. Most of our oil is the dinosaurs.
Dinosaur bones that are fucking or dinosaurs that are just what are they called? What's the process called? Carbon, something carbon, something.
The decay of matter, biological matter decays, and when it's in certain conditions.
Oh, and that's what turns into the oil.
Yeah, the mass extinction event led to
for sure.
the ability to have it pile up in like a mass quantity,
in mass
pile
amounts.
up, right? So yeah, it piled up because of the mass extinction, whatever, and after millions of years, that pressure onto that biological matter turns it into that goo.
So we're putting. You tell me when I'm putting oil into my car, dinosaur blood.
Oh yeah, it's the guts. It's the whole shebang, man.
Hey, look, American cars, they run on dinosaur blood.
And honestly, it's everything that was biological. So everything that went extinct at the same time with the dinosaurs became the oil. So the trees and the stuff that was around, that all fucking turned into
all
oil
that
too.
Yes. Ooh, I wonder if that's the end of that Primal series. Like a big comet comes in, just
Plankton. Yeah, plankton makes a lot of sense. If that's like probably the biggest. There's probably more plankton on this planet than any other living creature.
That's why the blue whales just be chilling, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
And krill.
Yeah.
Oh no, they eat krill, huh? Never mind. Not plankton.
The micro life or whatever you want to.
You gotta watch out for plankton.
In the ocean.
He's trying to get that Krabby Patty recipe.
Yeah. A lot of fossils are definitely like those little like sea things, like the shit that you would see in like SpongeBob, maybe, I don't know. Like shelled types of creatures, just like alien looking little shellfish things, like all of those, and those eons, we'll call them eons because I think that's the proper term. They have their eras, and they all kind of like show a certain growth period.
Eons is a long time.
Yeah, upwards of like 50, 60 millions of years types of stuff. Which still for the Earth, when you think about it, I think it's supposed to be 4.6 billion years old, and life has been around for maybe like 2 billion or something.
Billion, right? 4.6 billion.
Right? Yeah. Life has only been on the planet for like maybe half of it, or a little less than half of it. They think so.
I mean, like life as in like sentient.
Even
right?
single, just the evolution of
even
life
vegetation.
itself.
Even vegetation.
Going from non-life to living, life. The best way to explain it is, it's like not life like you and I with like that.
Yeah.
It's because we're made out of non-living things. All of our cells aren't alive.
The single cell organisms and shit.
Yeah, we're made out of trillions of those. That's what we are. But
okay.
It's like,
is the moon real? Your opinion. What is the fucking moon?
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying no conspiracies now. We are actually made.
No, I'm just asking you: is the moon real? Like, what is the moon?
The moon is as real as the cells in you. Yeah. It's a trippy fucking universe. It really is. It like when you think like that, though, like when you think about that, we're little tiny cells built up into a thing, and this thing that is me is like a life form. It's
Yeah, like, and all
pretty
our cells
wild.
are and with little atom. We're built of
They're
atoms too.
not, yeah,
Like,
and they're not living, right? They're not alive. They're not living. There's a separation on life when you come to consciousness, and that's not what
yes,
cells do. Yeah,
I mean,
they can
but
they can
they have
they
an
can
instinct. They have an instinct to do things, though. You know what I mean?
they have a job, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's with all life, and you see it. It's a survival
Mother
thing.
Nature.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's why we need to figure out this quantum shit, because then we'll be able to break us down to a quantum level and travel eons across the fucking galaxy and come back.
Energy states, yeah. One of the things that I started hearing about was CO2
What?
might be able to replace water for steam, and if we're able to do that, then it becomes 50% more efficient and like 4 times more powerful. Uh, so yeah, that type of progression and energy, because that's going to be utilized in applications like nuclear power, for example, and then those nuclear power plants will even be more capable of providing energy for large amounts of uh,
It's fucking insane.
assets and cities or whatever, and it'll be cheap. CO2 is what we fucking exhale. Yeah, this shit is everywhere. So, yeah, that'd be a cool advancement. We wouldn't
I
have
know,
to
right? Like, check, like
do
that's
because
like
water has to be
turning water to
purified before
wine,
you
like
get to.
Jesus did.
But yeah, before you get to generate power with the water, you have to do some um, cleaning and filtering.
They're like,
With the
how you
CO2,
gonna, how are you
that
gonna
shit
stop
is
me, world? Everyone's
you
gonna
just
stop
extract it out of the
breathing.
air and fucking all of a sudden, that there's plenty going out. There's
Yeah,
lots
and
of life
all the bad
given.
CO2 that we were trying to get rid of, you can just turn that into
Exactly.
energy now. All of a
Now
sudden,
you're getting it. Now you're getting it. Yep. It's a big thing, but it's still
hey, look,
it's a Chinese
hey, look,
development.
that guy,
We're gonna have to
should
rely on the
win.
Chinese to move us forward with this one, and
The
then,
guy
well,
who invents
the
that
United
shit.
States will definitely improve on the first iterations.
Listen, whoever first invents that shit, right, goes to get the patent, and then you never hear from him again.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it comes out later on.
The good ideas get squashed, and not just figuratively. Oh,
Yeah, they
that
disappear.
John F. Kennedy's got a pretty good idea, and God, no, can't be doing
Real
that.
talk. And that's when you just pissed the mob off too. That was the mob. That's how much influence the mafia allegedly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Allegedly. That shit's crazy. Cause he went out there and started talking about A, B, and C. He had a whole. It's on YouTube. You go see the shit. He had the speech. The American people they need to know about secret societies, and they need to know about organized crime and La Costa Nostra. He straight said it like that, and the mob's like, nope.
Yeah, it's common knowledge. We know that the real power isn't public. So if the public figure starts acting up, the real power is definitely going to find a way to step in and
Yeah, they're gonna be hold
straighten
on,
it out.
front man.
Right. Real power wants way the way things are is the way that the real power wants them to be.
Preordained.
Money talks. I guess we created a system that allows the ultra wealthy to have major influence because I don't know, money talks, right?
I know. I need more of it. I need
Yeah.
like a lot of it, and then
That's
I
right.
need so much that I can just like I just want to. I'd be so fun if I'm wealthy because I just take care of everyone around. Like, hey, what y'all want to do? You know what? Let's go. Boom, can hop in the jet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Donate hella money everywhere we go to. Oh, it's just a charitable guy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta go to this charity event, guys. Oh, I'm a billionaire. We're gonna handle this real quick.
there's a lot to do with that money.
All right. Give me some money. Give me some money, world. Give me money. Yeah, on that note, okay, let's put a ball on this one.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Hey, on peacockmerch.com. Shout out to everybody that has been rocking with us. You know what I mean? We'll be back at y'all again with another Wake Your Game Up Friday morning. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're enjoying your birthday week, Catman. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, thank you again.
You know what I mean?
Everybody. It's been a different type of birthday, you know. I've got agendas, and I did find a new place, so that's always interesting,
Hell
exciting.
yeah, man.
So
I love change.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
got
like-
myself I'm gonna give myself a week to move out, so I'm not really stressing on that like whole, oh shit, let's get everything out now. It'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, we can move at our own pace, really.
That's badass, man. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Well, you'll see. I'll hopefully I'll be able to have a setup to where I can get like some cool shit like y'all have, and 'cause right now my situation, I'm bouncing around in this place. I'd like to be able to just have everything set up and not have to take it to where
I've been tempted to buy a life-sized Darth Vader a few times.
They have I know they have the Iron Man one at DCA. I see that all the time going into the store. You remember that? There's a full size
Yeah.
Iron Man.
I had that shit on my Instagram somewhere. They used to have a whole lobby, all the glass cases, and he had like 6 different mocks there.
Oh, Bakes. Go
What
in
up,
there
Bakes?
and check it out, because if you're talking about some of the DWN leagues, they
Yeah, the
should
leagues
be-
are already
they should be
open, Bakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want to make some moves, you're free to, you know,
Yep.
do whatever you want.
Yep. You just gotta make your roster legal again, because there's no more IRs since we're in the off season, and I added 10 more bench spots since we're in the off season, and it's gonna go crazy. It has begun.
I've already started
Don't
getting
quit.
dynasty trades in my other league.
Yeah, that's right.
I just
And
got
we all
offered
really wait.
Kyron. I received Kyron Williams. I have to give up Mac Jones and Alex Pierce.
Alec Pierce and Mac.
Yeah.
Super flex.
Yes, sir.
I'm not mad at that. Alec Pierce probably gonna be interesting, but yeah, it's kind of a sell high situation on those guys. You know what I mean? Because you're banking on them getting into good situations. So I would do that trade. I mean, Kyron's locked in the contract. You know what I mean? Maybe try to go get Blake Corum somehow or something too. Why not? I'm pretty sure those are just bench pieces for you right now.
Well, actually, because I was thinking, because this is
Like, that's a kind of a slam dunk if you want to get like a starting running back.
yeah.
Yeah, let's get up out of here.
All right, fellas.
peacockmerch.com. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
I run a tight ship, loose lips sink ships, run shit, dripping like a runny faucet, let that sink in. Table full of bosses at the meeting, double crosses, and we gon' have to toss you off the deep end, baller blockers. They tryna block my shine, solar eclipse. I'm a mobster and a doctor, I prescribe your daily fix. From the tech mecca we lit, we see chips. Bench presser pumping this weight, the bees flip. Don't let the tech stretch you, talking that shit, get greenlit. Silly suckers tried to ride my wave, got seasick. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out eating. AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I tell you about that money off top, boy, gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody. Money is a religion, righteous cause for sinning. Riding for the cause, we've been down from the beginning. 100 miles are running, all your mouths are running. If you ain't talking money, then you ain't saying nothing. Yeah, we finna ball like recess. Stash bands in the wall and the heat vents. Vacuum sealed so the smell don't seep in. I represent the underworld, this ain't no secret. Stay 10 toes down, both feet pressed. Duck the alphabet boys, cover up my feet prints. They know my name, I'm heavy in this game. Knee deep in this thing, I ain't just get my feet wet. We way fresher so they got vendetta. So we keep stick with us, leave you with a leaky defense. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out in. AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I'll tell you about that money off top. Bogor, gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody.